What's up, guys? What's up, guys? I'm Hawk, and as you guys can tell down on the bottom left, there's all my socials where you can find me. And we've been planning for this for a while. We were planning to do this last weekend and the weekend before, and we're finally here. Finally set it up. Everything is going, so I'm happy that we're finally here. We got some interesting topics today for you guys. Let's get into it. Yep. I like what I'm seeing right now. I like what I'm seeing. I think a little bit of the graphics obviously being a little better, but people also got to remember the game is kind of rushed because they didn't have as long and Corona, so they didn't actually get their setups at their work, and so they've been building it here at their house, and I'm honestly pretty excited. What are you thinking? Go ahead.
Let's go. You gotta go easy today. Hey. You have.
Yeah, I kind of got into streaming because, I've been doing content more first. I was doing content, but I was doing YouTube because I used to watch Minecraft
Who's
while
that?
I was younger. My friend, I'm doing a podcast with him.
Oh, hi.
I got into it I was watching some Minecraft YouTubers, and I always wanted. I think the guy that got me into it was Bayesian Canadian. I loved watching him. I was watching. For me, he was like the first YouTuber I ever bought merch, and so he was kind of like my idol. And obviously, for people who don't know, I started doing Minecraft on my channel, but then my friend showed me COD, and then ever since then I just decided. And then he showed me who FaZe Clan was, and then ever since then, that's been my dream, is to just play COD. And so since then I've been having fun making videos, and if you guys remember back then I used to do videos with him when we had little team scrims and everything. You guys enjoyed those videos, and yep. I was, yeah, I think for people who know who 8 is, y'all know who 8 is. I think it was me and 8 where we were playing, and then we ended up seeing that they had a clan tag in their name. And me and 8 at the time for Black Ops 4 were looking for a team, for people who know. And so it was, I think, 8 dropped 50, 60 around there kills, and I dropped 40 something, and we were both double positive, and we ended up losing by 100 points. And I think they hit us up. Or no, I think 8 hit Ryan up. It was either, I couldn't remember who it was, but I know. Yeah. That's who it was. I knew there was a third. There was a third in there, and I couldn't. I think. So that's just funny to hear. Yeah, it did. No cap. No cap. No cap. No, we've been. Yeah, we're planning eventually to try to get the squad back together one last time. Get all get all five for that Cold War beta. Yeah, I'm on that beta as soon as it drops. I am actually surprised with how amazing it looked. It looked amazing. It was. I was honestly, after having MW, where, well, going from Black Ops 3, where, like, really everyone had the biased opinion of the good sniper was the Paladin sniper. It was really the only good sniper until about the Locust came about. But that was after the game, after MW was out. But just the way MW did the sniper rifles, with how you could tell which ones were built for Warzone and which ones were built for multiplayer. I was surprised to see that. Oh, you had people quick scoping like it was nothing. The snipers looked amazing. I think the LV or 3 or whatever sniper that was, I seen it get like one hit marker. Yeah, it's from Black Ops 3. Yeah, I knew it was from Black Ops 1. Yeah. I think the other sniper's pretty good too, but I see it get a little bit more hit markers. But the LS3, that gun, like, looks good. Yeah, I seen that. I mean, Adapt did snipe, but he don't do it no more. No, yeah. He's kind of just your vlogger. Alright, honestly, I'm excited for it. I want to see how it's more used. And my thing, too, is they're getting rid of the sniper glitch. And I've been hearing people talking about, is it going to be is the sniper glitch going to be gone in Warzone and multiplayer? Is it just going to be multiplayer? My honest opinion is I think they should take it out of multiplayer, but keep it in Warzone, because it could be like someone is a couple hundred meters away from you and they're sniping at you and you don't see that sniper glitch. You can think it's like an AR or something, and next thing you know you get a headshot and you're dead, and you're like, oh, well. Yeah, let's. Modern Warfare is probably the most unbalanced COD game. Well, Black Ops 4, yeah, but I mean, like, recently. I mean, come on, everybody loves Mr. Monhar. Yes. Oh my god. I'm so happy. Yeah, I'm so happy that they pretty much said rip drop shot. I'm so happy. Yes. Oh my god. I hate drop shotters in MW. They're the most annoying thing in the game. Yeah. I hate it. So when they said when they said it's gone, I was like, um, I kind of I like both. I do like that modern feeling, but I have always been a fan of the Black Ops 1, Black Ops. I mean, honestly, I can't personally say World War II is one of my favorite CODs, and so it really doesn't matter. As long as it's not the advanced games double jumping, I'm happy with it. But I personally am excited to see what they can do with an 80s kind of game. Because one of the maps looks amazing already. The Miami map. Yes. Miami looks. And did you see the little Easter egg with the pole? If you jump on the diving board, in a certain way, you'll actually get a boosted jump into the pool. That's kind of funny. Someone tried it. In the gameplay, and he jumped off the diving board, and it actually gave him a boost. And then he went in, and he was laughing. I was like, "Oh my god!" Trey, I think honestly, even plus with Sledgehammer too, the third company. I think Treyarch is just above them all. Everybody's like, "Ooh, a Treyarch cut finally," and so I think they, I think they're learning their mistakes from BO4. Well, yeah, I think Raven makes campaigns really well. Like Modern Warfare 2019's was. Yeah, that was. Well, they weren't as bad in the beginning of the game, but when they did like that giant overall change, like they changed everything pretty much, and so it was pretty much like fire shotgun shells are now an attachment, so I could be playing with a different division, but have the fire shotgun. I was like, okay, that's kind of annoying, but I mean, it wasn't as annoying because I mostly played World War II for competitive. But Black Ops 4 is when. Black Ops 4, I don't know why I took that game competitive, but I took a competitive. Yeah. Well, I also think with the beta, when the beta came out, I think they did so much in so much time. They increased the level cap every day they could. And so I just felt like it was pretty much like we all thought when we were in the beta that we were going to prestige or be ready to prestige by going into the game, and there'd be nothing left to see. And so it was like, and so I felt like there was a lot of hype, and then after the beta, it kind of died down, and like the game wasn't bad, but in my opinion, but I think it just had lost a lot of hype, and we already got to see what was going to be in the game before the game was even released. And that's yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I felt like World War II was an AR kind of dominant game. Unless you're using the PPSH. You would get melted by the PPSH. Everybody knows that. Yeah, no. Honestly, that's what I went into World War II with. I went into World War II with those kind of vibes of thinking it's going to be like World at War. Well, they confirmed. Yeah, Mason. Or are they? Or unless they're thinking. Or Perseus. And now it's not. Now it's not JFK as the president in the game. Now it's Ronald Reagan. No, it's Ronald Reagan. Yeah, I know. You don't live in the U.S. Oh, thousands at least. Yeah. Well, they confirmed it's going to be after Black Ops 1, but a prequel to Black Ops 2. Yeah, it comes. Yeah, it's a pre-sequel. It's sequel to Black Ops 1, but a prequel to Black Ops 2. Yeah, you're going to go say, well, it's the beginning of Black Ops 2. So that's what I think is going to happen at the end of this campaign, is it's going to lead into that. Oh, yeah. Where you have to play Russian roulette. Yeah, I remember that mission. Where Mason... Yeah, when I seen the trailer, that's what it looks like. Modern Warfare's campaign was amazing. I don't know what anyone... I mean, everybody, most people agree. The best part about MW is probably the campaign. The campaign is amazing. The new Captain Price actor did amazing. I have an honest, actual opinion. I personally like this new Captain Price than the old Captain Price. I like this one better, to be honest. Yeah. The OG. Yeah, he's the OG, not the music. But I think I like this, and I just love the campaign. I love the aspect that of they made up fake locations, but they're based off of the actual locations. Like Urzikstan, I believe, is based off of Iraq or Iran or yeah, Afghanistan. That's what it was. Somewhere over there. It was close. Or like no, well, I'll be honest about the MW campaign though. I didn't play. I'm not one of those people who just jumps right into the game and then plays the campaign and then plays the multiplayer. I played the multiplayer and I didn't play the campaign until like halfway through the year of MW, and I think I was like updating one of the season updates, and it was like it was bugged that it was so big for Xbox. So I was like, all right, whatever. It's gonna take me all night. I'll just play the campaign. And then I think like a storm happened, so I ended up losing internet too. So my friend was like, yeah, let's play the campaign. I played it, and after playing the campaign, I forgot how when you play a campaign, it explains the game in general so much. Like, I didn't understand why Warzone had gas for the circles. I didn't understand why things were how they were. And then I played the campaign, and I was like, oh, that makes complete sense. And I'm honestly, I regret not playing it before playing the multiplayer because it teaches you how to play the game pretty much. Yeah, that's what MWs do, and that's what I like. Yeah, I think they nailed that live event. Are you talking about in all CODs or just MW? This update. Modern Warfare 2019. Alright. Trying to think. Because there were a lot of good ones. I would want to say the last mission, but it was also heartbreaking because obviously Alex was a new character, but they portrayed the Alex character so well that they made a lot of people fall in love with him. And so I was very upset when he died. Luckily, later they confirmed that he wasn't dead. He just got a prosthetic leg. But honestly, one of the best missions, I believe, yeah, where you're sniping, the sniping mission. And then at the end, they reveal Hadir is like working with them, but not working with them. I thought that was a big twist. I thought that was very interesting. Yeah, I was like, whoa, what is going on? And then next thing I know, everyone was like, Hadir, what are you doing? And then he revealed that he was working with them, kind of, but kind of not. And I was like, oh, wow. That shot. And not only that, the mission played really well. Sniping the cars was really fun. And then it taught you the weapon drop in the game, or the bullet drop, not weapon drop, but the bullet drop, it taught you a lot. And I was like, this is a pretty good mission. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. I also liked the mission where you had to capture like the guy's right hand man or whatever, the butcher, and then you got to like you could like shoot him or you could I like that they gave that option of like this scene might be too graphic for others, so you can either back out and let Captain Price handle this, or you can do it. And I was like, I'm not scared, and I went in there and I did it all, and I thought it was fun. Yeah, and the shocking surprise to me was the whole Gaz aspect. When they revealed at the end that Kyle Garrick is Gaz, but Gaz was actually black, and that he went through a gender change. I thought that was... wow. Not gender change, race change. I'm an idiot. I knew what I meant. Race change. There we go. Yeah. 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 Yeah, that was pretty silly. Like, honestly, to me, that scene was kind of funny. When Price just threw him overboard. Price said, see ya. I was like, oh. Old Captain Price. Yeah, I think Raven sold the campaign really well. Well, that's why I'm excited when Treyarch confirmed that Raven is working on their campaign. Yeah, so I'm super excited to see how this all goes down, because it's going to be a wild ride and it's going to be a fun ride to see how everything goes.
Fuck.
I'm gonna say my honest opinion. I feel like all these people were just too busy hating on this game. But in my opinion, MW did exactly what it said it was going to do, which was a reboot of the Modern Warfare series. And so they were trying to take everything we knew about Modern Warfare and just throw it out the window. or not about Modern Warfare, but about COD in general and throw in new aspects. And so I was like, okay, they're doing this how they said they were going to do it. And I was super happy that they did it. Honestly, obviously, there's its flaws of the mini map not being how we really wanted it. Some of the guns, it really there was no a lot. I thought like having the gunsmith or like being able to customize the gun to how you want it was a good feature, but I felt like it was they were trying to make it where there was more a weapon variety, but there really wasn't. It was mainly like your three guns you saw: the 725, the M4, and the MP5. The whole year. Yeah.
Ball.
Um. Yeah, that's what I felt. I just felt like, yeah, field upgrade. The only field upgrade I'm on the same page with a lot of people. The only field upgrade I didn't agree with was Dead Silence, but the one aspect I did like about Dead Silence in this game was it did make you a tiny bit faster. It made you a little bit faster. But I would agree with you. One of the bad flaws was definitely the map design was not bad. They were really good maps, but they were too big. They're trying to play 6v6 on this map that could be played like 10v10. I was like, before DLC maps came out, I was the one saying that like the only really good maps in this game for 6v6 was Gunrunner and Hackney Arc were the only really two good maps. And so otherwise I Ground War I liked having 32v32. I thought that was cool. Obviously one of the biggest takeaways was, yeah. No, obviously the biggest flaw of MW was it let us have crossplay. And so that was amazing to have that crossplay feature. And I was super excited. They nailed it out of the park that you could turn. And so I was ecstatic when how they did it. Like how Fortnite originally had it. And so that's how, that just brings us together. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm good now. I guess I don't have counseling today, so we're good to just finish it. Whoops, I forgot I was muted. Um, I was expecting a. I'm expecting. I'm expecting a lot of good things. I hope they're not gonna do where they're showing too much, because obviously the main thing I already know what's gonna happen. They already confirmed, because from watching the open beta, they confirmed, or not the open beta, but the alpha, that they confirmed that there's gonna be that the AK-74U is gonna be nerfed already, because that gun was broken in the alpha. But I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. I'm excited to see. I'm thinking that we're probably gonna see the same maps, but or we might see like another extra map or anything, because we don't know. Because like my mindset for some reason ever since World War II came out, of World War II had, in the beta, had like 3 or 4 maps, and that was like half the maps. World War II before DLC only had 9 maps. And so my brain always goes to like, what if there's 9 maps and they're showing us like 5 or 6 maps? Obviously Treyarch is not going to be like that. They're going to have like 15 maps to play on. But I think they're going to show us what they think is going to be the least favorite maps in that game, and then the like kind of favorites, because from what it sounds like, we're not having, I think we're getting like 1 or 2 old nostalgia remaster map, but like that, like Black Ops 4 did, that it was like most of the maps were just those, and I was like, dude, I also want to play new maps. Yeah, firing range, Hacienda was what, Summit was one. No, yeah, but Hacienda was a nostalgia map. Obviously, but Newtown is like the one map everyone has an exception for. Obviously, I don't think we're gonna see Nuketown in the beta. They're gonna like hit Nuketown out of the park. I think it's gonna be a combine of not World War Two, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. It's gonna be like an in between there. Because if everybody remembers, Nuketown was 2025 in BO2, and in BO1 it was BO1 era, and so my brain is gonna go to, it's gonna meet somewhere in the middle, and I'm excited to see what Nuketown's gonna look like. I hope that's the one map off launch. That's nostalgia. I want to see these new maps. The maps they showed so far look amazing. Obviously, everyone can agree Miami looks like the best map. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That map looks good. Yeah, the zip line, the vehicles. Yeah, that map looks good too. I'm excited to play that, and I hope that we get to play that in the beta. I hope they're just not like, okay, yeah, you saw this map in the alpha. Oh yeah, this one looks fun. Nope, take it out. I'll be like, wow. But honestly, from what I heard, a lot of people are saying the graphics looks weird, but they're saying they pretty much it's doing what MW did, and it's a lot better, where like, and it helps a lot of those people like Drifter and all those analyzing people who take the gun stats and show you like, okay, well, this is how good this gun is with this attachment and all that. Now that it's showing us like, okay, this grip gives you +7 in vertical, +7% in vertical recoil, like to control it, but it gives you -5% aim down sight speed or something like that. And so that's helping us, that's helping like Drifter and them explain it to us. The one thing I'm most curious about though is the streaks. I'm still trying to understand how they're doing it. I don't really understand, but Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard someone said that like a chopper gunner would be like 20 kills. Yeah, it's like 20. You have to, yeah, you have to get like 20k XP. But they said, oh, from what I understood is they were saying it's like if you say because apparently they don't reset on death until you've earned all of them. So when you, it's like that. It's like it used to be like that one perk where your streaks didn't reset off death, but it would take a little while longer to earn them. They said something of like the points don't reset because like a chopper gunner is like obviously like 20,000 XP, and so they're like it's gonna take a little while to get there, and you're gonna have to get, and if you get one by one kills, you're gonna have to drop like 30 kills in a game just to get it. And then they said, no, if you the higher your streak goes, your points double, triple, quadruple, and so on and so forth. And I was like, okay, that sounds. Yeah, yeah, because the pro players would run that because they wouldn't run Ghost, they would run Point Man, and because they would run perks instead of kill streaks, but they would run Point Man for like playing the objective or getting that. And so if they're doing that, I think I would probably, I don't know what I would go towards. I'd probably go to score streaks just due to kill streaks, and you put on a chopper gunner or maybe hell maybe like a UAV or now a spy plane is what they're calling it. A spy plane is going to be like 5k XP or something, and that's gonna take a while to get kill streaks. Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Yeah. I think they're all, well, at least the spy plane's fair. I mean, they all sound fair, but I'd say yeah, they sound fair for how they're showing that the, oh yeah, and they're, aren't they like, yeah, they have like a cooldown or something like that, just so people aren't spamming streaks, which I think is really fair. Yeah, I'm very excited to see how they're gonna do all that because I think it'll show. I mean, obviously, it'll show that it's not fair for the or that it'll be fair for the noobs, but not at the same time. I'm trying to figure.
What? What? Yeah. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I
I just ate. That's what happened.
yeah, the sniper's nest was broken. Everybody can agree it was broken.
I was in the middle of it.
So, more rumoured weapons that can arrive in the game. Well, weapons, I mean kill streaks itself. Counter UAV, which is obviously, if there's going to be a spy plane, it's going to be a counter UAV. But it's going to be called Radar Jammer. There's going to be a VTOL, which is exciting because it brings back that nostalgia. There's going to be a cruise missile. Oh no, I've just seen Sniper's Nest on the list. Oh no.
Oh god,
I've just seen Sniper's Nest on the list.
Really
No.
a sniper's nest?
Yep. A Sniper's Nest, Advanced Spy Plane, and dogs. Fucking dogs. I hope they rework it so it's like Black Ops dogs though. I hope they don't do that. Black Ops 4 Nomad Ultimate. But another thing with the War Machine as well, like it could be swapped out for a hand cannon, so I reckon that's going to be like Annihilator, a bow, or a death machine, or a minigun. So I think they're still going to play on the specialist.
Yeah, they're doing
rework,
a specialist, just in a different way. That you can trade your kill streaks for specialists. That is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because someone was talking
I think
about.
that's
I was watching a video about it the other day about how how like the war machines in the game, but how they could possibly which specialist could actually be in a 1980s era, and they were talking about how the Annihilator is one of them only because it's literally just a revolver that's one bullet, you're dead. And then they were talking about having the Sparrow. How it's just literally a bow and arrow with an explosive tip, and that's not hard to do. And Black Ops Cold War, they can just literally tie an explosive to it, fire it, done and dusted. Which I thought was
the main thing they need to watch out for here though is the fan feedback on the community aspect of it, because really it needs to stop being a rework and redesign of different assets left from different games and be more of a unique thing. Something what Modern Warfare did. I reckon they need to go down that route of trying to add a bit of originality towards it. But yeah, it is really going to be a switch up on what we know from Treyarch. So honestly, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be an exciting year for COD, I think. Also, some things about multiplayer as well. Just off the leak page that I'm looking at now, which is Infinity, by the way, they're very highlighted.
Yeah, Infinity gives you everything.
Yeah, they're very credited as a source, basically. So, what we're looking at here, boys, standard minimap returns, which means suppressors galore, basically. There's also going to be a compass, so that probably means the return of Warzone. Swimming mechanic returns, multiplayer maps alongside water. We already know that from the footage that got released. The alpha footage that got released. Also, unlimited sprint is back, which is something that's gonna tender that aggressive style of gameplay. Interactable doors are not in regular multiplayer, but will stay in Warzone. So
that confirms it. Okay.
Warzone.
I was talking about that the other day. With one of my friends because we were playing Search, and she was like using a door or something, and I told her, "Oh yeah, you're gonna be upset with Black Ops Cold War that there's not gonna be any doors in multiplayer, at least in multiplayer that I know of." And she goes, "Wait, really?" I went, "Yeah." No, I don't. I said I don't know if it's doors in Warzone and multiplayer or if it's just Warzone because I didn't know until just now.
Yeah.
And so we talked about it. I said, personally, I don't like the doors in multiplayer, but in Warzone, I think they'll fit and they should stay. and said she was talking about how she likes the doors in multiplayer because it helps develop a strat, but I said they were kind of annoying. Said because there's no point in them because obviously I know which doors on the map for Modern Warfare are like I could shoot through without FMJ. All the wood doors I can easily just shoot through. And so I was like, it's not that hard of a strat to use. And they're actually annoying because you can run dead silence and be running around the map. Someone may not hear you, and then you open a door near them, and they're like, oh yeah, he's over here now. I'm like, it ruins it. But Warzone, I'm glad it's staying in Warzone. And multiplayer, I'm glad it's gone. But Warzone, I'm glad it's staying in Warzone.
Like I said, with that level of intricacy that Modern Warfare provided on release, it was that level design that basically took it up a step from other games, but there again, it be that intricate. So like with the door design of everything being pretty much rather openable or closed, like it really brought an aspect to Call of Duty that wasn't needed, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I remember, Vacant, back when that first released,
yeah, everyone
one of the main strategies was to chill in warehouse and watch that one door. And it really took away from the whole, like, it really made it slow down and a little bit more competitive, yes, but I really didn't think it had a positive impact.
Yeah, and like the one thing too was Crash. I think Crash was the first map that was released.
Yeah, Crash with
was the first DLC. Yeah, it was the first DLC map that had doors. Yeah. And I think they also added a section to the map. My thing with bringing back nostalgic maps, I think with nostalgic maps, leave them how they are.
Yeah.
Leave them how they are.
Yeah,
we all loved them for how they were for a reason. Obviously, maybe remove like stupid glitch spots, like glitch spots that are obviously broken, very hard to kill you, and like where okay, maybe my little leg is peeking out or something. But in my opinion, like when Crash came out, and I heard that there were doors, I was like, oh, well, it's not going to be the same. It's going to be a completely different map. And then when I seen that they added a whole nother spot, obviously they probably added it there to deal with one of the head glitch spots. Yeah. So you can also head glitch and deal with it. But I personally think if they're going to bring back nostalgic maps, leave them alone. Don't touch them. Don't touch them.
Another thing here, what it's saying as well, it's confirming what's basically we've just talked about. Specialists do not return, but field upgrades.
Yeah, field
like
upgrades.
Features has been added. So basically, that's confirming like Death Machine, the bow, like Sparrow's bow, and also the flamethrower, like Purifier.
Yeah, well, someone talked about
returning in that aspect.
Some people were talking about how they don't know about the flamethrower, but they know about. But I could see it. But I mean, like, I could see a flamethrower coming, but not a flamethrower like the Purifier, like kind of like the one that they did in World War II. Because
I think the flamethrower is well because it's gonna play on the I reckon if they do the Vietnam aspect of it, it's gonna be heavily involved with like bunker warfare, and one of the main things for bunker warfare was flamethrowers. And if it definitely goes in that direction, I reckon they could probably, for the campaign they're probably going to reuse an asset from the campaign to add into multiplayer, which would be like a flamethrower, like you said.
Yeah, I think
thing as well.
It's going to go. I think, trying to think what else. But my thing is, I think they're going to do field upgrades like they did with MW. I think they're going to do the specialist kind of weapons differently, like you said, where you could trade your kill streak to be like a specialist thing, like the Sparrow, the Death Machine, a flamethrower, something like that. But from what I'm hearing, a lot of people are talking about how possibly it'll be where field upgrades are going to do like they did with this game, where maybe there's a munitions box, because we already know that a trip mine is one of them, and so I think they said there's a field mic, which is something that like you put on the ground, and when it'll tell you on your mini map when someone is in that area because it'll hear the footsteps and it'll alert you on your mini map. Someone's over there. I think there's something like a jammer. It's something like a jammer or something like that. And it's like how they did the counter UAV in MW, where you put in a certain spot on the map and you can't see the mini map over there.
When you do say jammer though, I'm getting very not a lot of people know this, where like Black Ops started to fall off a little bit. They added a specialist from Black Ops 3 where he had this it was called radar shroud. It would shoot in a certain place and it would basically cover the whole entire that mini map in a circle. So if you send something like a field jammer, I reckon they could definitely go along that side of like, it's gonna be maybe, I wouldn't say reuse the asset. I hate to use that word a lot because it is gonna be a lot of reuse assets. I know this. It is a rush game, so we're not expecting a rework from the ground up. But like I said, I'm expecting it to play on that a little bit.
Yeah, or like one I could see definitely returning is the munitions box, because the munitions box helps a lot in multiplayer. Because I'm one of those kind of people that sometimes I want to play for my kill streaks. Because in MW I play for kill streaks. I don't play score streaks, and so obviously I don't run scavenger. I run the tac mask of the game, and I run flak jacket of the game, just because I don't want to die to a bajillion nades and be stunned and flash every 10 seconds. Yeah. And so I'm a
big scavenger runner myself.
I run Ghost,
I'm a big
but
scavenger runner.
I used to run scavenger, but now I'm like, just because MW, all the grenades are they're so annoying that you can literally just spam throw them and eventually you're gonna die. But so I just got annoyed to put on flak jacket of the game, and then I always ran the tac mask of the game. Now if we're playing if I was playing competitive and I was running my SMG, I was running the MP5, I was not putting on flak jacket. I was running the perk double time, which I believe your sprint is like 50% faster or something like that. Your tac sprint lasts a little while longer, and you get it faster than most people. It was something that was meant for like running gun players, and I was running that. And then, but the munitions box just helps, like if I'm not running scavenger, and scavenger doesn't always give you back your grenades and your tacticals, and so the munitions box gives you those back, and it gives you full ammo, and so it's really helpful. And if it's not going to come back in multiplayer, I at least want it to come back in Warzone, because it does help a lot with Warzone. Because your teammate could just drop in, you could buy him a loadout drop, he gets his loadout, but he doesn't have any ammo. And so you can just be like, oh yeah, here's a munitions box, full ammo.
Yeah.
Well, another thing as well, Hawk, that we've mentioned previously, is that score streaks will return, but will not reset on death.
Oh, they will?
Now, I don't know how that's going to work, really, because, like, how are you going to be able to get, like, say, for instance, like, 2 spy planes in a game?
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Is they said something of, I think what they were talking about is, like, you earn it. I know, that's what it was. Because I was watching this YouTuber I watch. He's not that big, but he's known, but not, like, a million subscribers known. But I watch his videos.
Yeah.
And, like, he goes in depth with, like, the lore of Call of Duty and everything. But he does, like, every time there's an update to MW, he makes an update on every change. And then, but he was talking about, he got to play Black Ops Cold War. And I knew he was because I was watching the Call of Duty live stream it. And I seen his name pop up, so I knew it was him. But he was talking about how, he said something of, like, say you earn a spy plane. You earn that spy plane, you call it in. He said something of, like, you earn the spy plane. Once you call it in, it's on this cooldown. And once it's on that cooldown, you can't earn any progress towards another spy plane. So I think what I think he means is, like, it's helping you get to your bigger streaks fast, or easier to get to your bigger streaks, where not like, okay, I call in my UAV, I have to wait maybe say I think a UAV is a minute and a half. So you go a minute and a half, and then you as soon as the UAV comes back, any points you earned go straight back to that UAV. I think it goes straight. It helps build to those bigger streaks, your attack chopper, your other things, and so you can earn those, and then once you earn those go on a cooldown. But I would, my thing.
I can
Go ahead.
I can strongly see where you're coming from with that, with the whole cooldown aspect of it. But my main concern with it is like, do you remember in, I believe it was Modern Warfare 3, where you had that aspect of like you would go on a 2-3 kill streak and you would get that spy plane, and then you would die, and you would still have it there, but if you was able to get like say the next kill streak, if you had I think it was one of the perks that you was able to get the next kill streak from that, so basically kept your kill streak. I think it was only active like after a few months when it first released, but they nerfed it to shit and it basically got revoked.
Yeah,
there was a perk where you was able to do the similar thing.
I know what you're
really
talking about because they did it. They did it in World War II, I believe. They did it they did a perk like that in World War II. But I also remember they did a perk in World War II as well, where they made it to where you put on the perk and it changed your kill streak or your score streaks into kill streaks, so it was earned by kills. And then there was a way you could run another perk, so you could have kill streaks on, and you could have don't reset on death. I know what you're talking about though with. I think it was like MW, either COD 4 or it was MW2. I know it wasn't MW3 because I played the shit out of MW3, and I know it wasn't MW3. I think it was in either MW. I think it was in MW2 is what you're talking about, where sometimes you could call.
No, it was Advanced Warfare. I remember now. I remember it.
Yeah, I think it was in Advanced Warfare as well. Advanced Warfare was just a weird game how they did the game.
I played it at Cousin, but like I didn't really get Advanced Warfare because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have a so
I thought it was weird. If I were to pick,
I was playing on a PlayStation 3, dude.
If I were to pick one of the best advanced game, I would say Black Ops, because Advanced Warfare wasn't bad, but it was just weird. That like your score streaks were part of your class. That was weird to me. But I think Black Ops Cold War, a lot of people are talking about how it's the streaks feel like Black Ops 4 and some of them feel like World War II. A lot of people are saying the gameplay feels like World War II and Black Ops 4. So a lot of people are saying it feels like the one thing I am happy about that is not making a return. I would rather have it return in Warzone than in multiplayer, but the stim. I'm glad that you don't have to stim again. Yeah. It wasn't a bad feature, but God, it was annoying to where I take a gunfight, I have to literally hide and stab myself to heal and then take a gunfight. It was annoying. Or like I could do that with somewhere else where I could tag someone, get them one shot, and call out to a teammate like, hey, he's over here, come over here, he's one shot. And then my teammate takes the gunfight and this man's at full health again. I'd rather have the auto regen. I hope it returns in Warzone though.
To not completely make you unhappy, but the next segment, and that was a really good lead way into it, dude, but the next segment of the article here said 150 health with with auto heal, sorry. It's not going to be like Black Ops 4. It's going to be completely 150 health, so it's going to be that additional health.
Which means time to kill is going to be a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Time to kill is going to be a
which
couple
I'm all for.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
one thing it does say in this article here as well, the time to kill is actually faster than Black Ops 4.
Yeah, I heard it was slower than... Because from what I heard, I was watching one of my pro play. I was watching Scump play. Obviously one of probably the biggest COD pro ever known. And, and I was watching another guy. He doesn't really upload on YouTube, but he streams a lot on Twitch. And he's one of my favorite players. Zuma. They were both talking about how the time to kill is slower than in W, but it's faster than Black Ops 4. But they say, a lot of people are saying that it feels like it's perfect. That they feel like the time to kill is really good and that it's perfect. Because I feel like MW was it was more about like lucky shots. Like hipfire was broken. Most weapons you could easily hipfire with. Hipfire was broken, and then having all the attachments, like what was it? Merc foregrip gives you faster sprint to fire speed, or something like that, and it gives you bigger, or your hipfire spread is a lot more accurate. Then you had the laser that gave you more hipfire. Then you had another attachment that gives you hipfire, and so it was like I'm literally standing there, and my crosshair is like this big. Where like I'm gonna shoot, 90% of my bullets are gonna hit. It got to the point where I'm thinking in my head, I might land more shots hip firing than I will aim down sight. And so
I think that's the main problem with this time to kill aspect. I believe if you get a lucky shot from someone, you should kill them really, because you know you're catching them off guard in a sense. But I think Tryout games always do that sense of balancing. Where in Black Ops 4 you could get shot in the back, probably do a little G slide into like a flip round and actually end up killing, which was always nice when you pulled off shots like that. But Modern Warfare, you had absolute chance. If you got shot in the back, you were shot in the back no matter what, dude.
Yeah,
to say it more.
MW is just to me was about a lot of lucky shots. Now Warzone is different. Yeah. Warzone, it takes time. Because obviously it's bigger aspect, bigger battlefield and everything. But I feel like in multiplayer it was a lot of, it's just lucky shots to where I bet you there's this kid that is way worse than me. And just because he landed a little, he got a lucky shot, he won that gunfight and I didn't stand a chance. Yeah. And in my head I'm like 9 times out of 10, I'm going to win that gunfight. And then obviously... Yeah. I'm glad that we got to see with Black Ops Cold War how the spawns are. The spawns are back to normal and not like MW. MW's was atrocious.
And on those talks of spawns, let's talk about the playlist themselves. So we know that it's going to be 6v6 standard player count. So that's always good news because you know there's always going to be that 3-lane player map. But here's the big but. There might be a ground war with this little
I hope ground war how it is now comes back. Okay, I was gonna say I hope, because from my mind, when I don't know why my mind went towards it, but when they showed that boat map, like the boats map, I thought when they said it was 12v12, for some reason my brain, until just now that I remembered it, that MW has 10 versus 10 multiplayer. And it's not ground war. My brain went towards 12v12, and that with those boat maps is going to be ground war. But my thing was like they did ground war so good this year, of having when I thought of ground war, I thought if it was going to be like that. I didn't think 9v9 on these small maps. I thought in my head giant ass teams of players versus another giant team of players on huge maps that actually fit. Now, some of the ground war maps were way too big for ground war, but I was hoping in my head that when I saw that boat map, that was the first thing that went to my mind. Or like one of the maps they showed, they played the 12v12 as well on the one of the maps, on the other map. Yeah. That they played that VIP mode on the first map.
Oh, yes, I remember now, yes.
Like, that map with the snowmobiles. My brain went to that is too big for 12v12. A lot of players were saying it was too big for 12v12. That's probably going to be a ground war map. And my brain also wants to think that the boat map is going to be a ground war map as well. I mean, it did play really well with 12v12, but my brain sees that it might be... It'll probably be the smaller ground war map, because I remember with, what was it? Oh, Anaya Palace in MW. that they
Yes,
added
I
that
remember
as
that.
that was originally a 10v10 map. Everyone was complaining it was too big for 10v10. So they made it a
Yeah,
ground war
it just
map,
was.
but they didn't make it 32 on 32. They made it 24 on 24. And
Yeah.
so
I
it
remember
was
another big thing in Modern Warfare as well. Ground war map, you Hades Bridge.
yeah, that map I felt
Dreyfus
like
Bridge.
that map was big
That
as
was
well.
just too big.
I've only played that map
In my
twice.
opinion.
I played that in the beta,
Yeah.
and then when the game, that was the first game map I played on in the game. I mean, I personally didn't play a lot of Ground War. I played Ground War before Warzone came out because obviously I grinded for Damascus before shipment 24/7 was a constant thing, and people were like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, now I've got Damascus," and I'm over here like, "Dude, I got Damascus before shipment 24/7 was constantly a playlist." And so in my head,
Yeah.
I like before Shoot House came, I was over here playing Ground War with snipers, putting on variable zooms, trying to snipe people, and that was annoying. But I didn't
remember
really
when
play a
Shipment
lot.
first came out, I actually got Platinum shotguns in the first week he came out.
Well, I mean,
Platinum shotguns in 1 week. Easy.
but my thing, like, that's what I'm just my main thing that I was wanting, I was looking
Yeah.
forward to Cold War was the spawns and the minimap. I was hoping the spawns were back to normal because I understand that they wanted to do something different where multiple teammates spawn on one teammate. But it's annoying how how much constantly I'm playing the game and I'm watching my teammates constantly flip the spawns, and I'm dying right before they flip spawns. And so I'm spawning where they all are, and I'm like, dude, I'm spawning on enemies. They're killing me for free. This is annoying. And so I'm like, I think one of the things they did show was the one map they played Hardpoint on. That you saw people, one of the games they had running, they were spawn trapping. Like, they were hardcore spawn trapping. I was like, okay, that's back. I can spawn trap if I really wanted to. We can make them stay in their spawn and we can just get 80, 90 kills a game. And I was happy that we got to see that back. And that was and then obviously when they said the mini map is back to normal where if I shoot, I pop up on the mini map. I was like, oh, thank God. Now, the interesting thing is the wild cards that are going in.
Yes, we will get onto those. But to finish off this section based on multiplayer, and just to clear up on the last 3 little points we've got to go here, I'm going to do one flush, so ready to take in a lot of knowledge. So this is going to be boots on ground, similar to Black Ops 4, and has a sliding mechanic, also as well as a slide cancel feature, which is going to be good as well. Time to kill is higher than Black Ops 4, we've already touched on that though. And the health bar returns, however, it can be turned off. So what's your take on that, bro?
I like the health bar being back because it does help, like, say me and you are playing in a match together. And, like, I'm not saying you, because you obviously confirmed you're not going to try to go competitive. But I'm saying, like, what if, like, I'm saying we were playing League Play or something, we're playing Search, and say I'm in a gunfight and you're flanking them, and I'm like, okay, this guy's one shot. But in reality, he might not be one shot. I just may think he's one shot. And then you can turn the corner and see what his actual health is in that health bar, so it's helpful. I think the health bar has always been a good feature because I think Infinite Warfare was the first game that had it. Yeah, Infinite Warfare.
It was, yes.
Infinite Warfare was the first game that had it. I think Black Ops 4 had it as well. Believe.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Black Ops 4, I really liked it in
I think Black Ops 4 did it really
non-respawn
good.
modes.
Yeah, it helped. My thing is, if it's like search and destroy, it's helpful, but like hardpoint, it's annoying because you're gonna have constant respawns, and so it's just it's like, okay, I mean, it don't matter, but like search and destroy, it's helpful because I can be like, yo, like, hey, this guy's one shot while you're on flank, and then you can peek the corner, and you're like, no, he was like half health. What do you mean? And then, but it'll at least give you that knowledge of how much health he's at. It'll help make strats. So I like the health bar being back. I am glad that it is boots on the ground because everybody loves a boots on the ground COD. Everybody loves it.
It's too good.
I mean,
it's just too good. They always say old is gold, but in sense of it, they always get boots on the the ground correctly, and I can't remember a game where how fluid track games are, where boots on the ground didn't really work. And, like Black Ops 4, no matter how you might say that it's a bad game, boots on the ground in that game was brilliant.
Really
it
good.
Was so fluid.
Really well.
Mm.
And then my thing was with Black Ops 4 is I was like, okay, well, World War II didn't have sliding, but like Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare, and Black Ops 3 had sliding, and I loved sliding. And so when I thought in my head, okay, well, when we didn't have sliding in the last boots on the ground games after the exosuit games, because we had Ghost. I think Ghost, you didn't even have anything. You had crouch and prone. But BO2, you had the dolphin dive. And so in my head, I was like...
you had dolphin dive as well.
Yeah, and so when...
Black Ops 4 was one game to have sliding.
Yeah, when World War II had dolphin dive as well, it's like, okay, we're going to have dolphin dive. And so in BO4, the first thing I did was spray, and then I hit B, and I assumed we had sliding. I was like, because I love sliding. Sliding to me helps. Personally, I think it helps SMG players or running gun players.
Yeah. Because
it helps them move around the map, and then I also, in my mindset, was also the same way with Black Ops or with MW. I was like, okay, well, BO4 takes place in 2045 because they confirmed that in the timeline. But, well, MW is going to take place modern right now, like 2019, 2020. And so in my head, I was like, okay, I maybe sliding, but maybe not. And then when they showed sliding, I was like, okay. And so the first thing that popped in my head when I heard Black Ops Cold War, and they were like, okay, yeah, it's a sequel to Black Ops, direct sequel to Black Ops 1. It's going to continue where Black Ops 1 left off. I was like, okay, so we're going to have Dolphin Dive because it's a direct sequel to Black Ops 1. Dolphin Dive.
I originally thought we would have had Dolphin Diving because it's a Black Ops game, and it was just trying to hit that nostalgia. And I remember this nostalgia factor of always looking at your teammates in despair while you dolphin dive down Kina de Tone stairs. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like that aspect always was just.
But when I seen in the trailer that they had the guy slide, I was like, oh heck yeah, we have sliding. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be amazing.
2 seconds. Just gonna turn on my light because it's very dark.
Well,
like,
yeah.
It's currently 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. or where I'm at. So it's always good to as they say, let some light in. But yeah, Hawk, dude. Another thing what I've mentioned as well, in this article here, is DLC and Season Pass. So, this is something that's going to be different. I'm really like struggling to see how like they're going to incorporate it for like a zombies and multiplayer aspect. I think a really good thing for multiplayer this year was the fact that like they ran down that route of making everything free to play. And if Treyarch do a similar thing here, I reckon it's good. But what's been mentioned here is the new game will season pass that would deliver a steady stream of post-launch content, including maps, modes, zombies experiences, along with a robust schedule of in-game community.
I think it's a good take, in my opinion. I like that. I think it's just because my thing too was obviously the aspect of me obviously knowing PlayStation pretty much has a partnership with COD. And so my head went like, okay, PlayStation always gets, like with World War II, I think it was World War II, you got the DLR. I think every game up till till World War II, every PlayStation always got the DLC first. And like Xbox and PC would get the DLCs a month after PlayStation did. And then I think Black Ops 4, they did it where it came out a week after PlayStation did. So like with the Battle Pass, where PlayStation would have a week to grind out the Battle Pass, and then it would be released for Xbox. So when that was my thing going into MW was when I heard, okay, it's going to be cross-platform. I was like, okay, well, is it still going to be like MW gets to, or PlayStation people get to play on this map before I do? Do they get the Battle Pass before I do? And whatnot. Yeah. And they said, no, like, that's no longer a thing. No DLC having to buy it. No, PlayStation doesn't get it first. None of that. And I was like, all right, sweet. I'm down for that. And I think it was a good idea. Now, obviously, the interesting thing is zombies. Because, obviously, MW was the first game to do it with everything was free. And so, and in my head, I've always paid for every DLC pack was mostly like the biggest thing you got was zombies. Yeah. And so in my head, well, obviously, like you said, it's curious. My thing is it going to be just multiplayer and Warzone getting that free content, or is it zombies as well? I'm hoping zombies gets it as well. I mean, I'm not saying I won't buy those DLCs for zombies. I obviously will. I love zombies. But obviously, like, MW had Spec Ops, and so that was part of multiplayer. You would get free stuff. So I'm hoping with just how crossplay works that everybody gets that zombies map. Because obviously everybody knows zombies is just a fan favorite mode. Everybody loves zombies.
Exactly. And from a zombie perspective on myself here, I think the community as a whole wouldn't even mind multiplayer being free. Paying I would say a 15-month DLC pack you would normally pay for, maybe like at £10 or even £7 for like that one-off map that comes every 3 months like they normally do. But there's always that aspect of the maps not performing as well, because everybody knows the community took a bit of a hit when Black Ops 4 came through with the Aether storyline. No, sorry, the Chaos storyline. And
I didn't understand
the
zombies.
best thing they can do in a minute is just cutting off zombies as a whole and bringing it back bare bones aspect like it was in that during time.
Yeah, I think zombies is gonna. I think zombies is gonna. I think this zombies is gonna be an in between. I think they're gonna do zombies like they're gonna do the campaign, because obviously everybody knows it went from BO1 to BO2 to BO3 to BO4 for the zombies campaign or the zombie story. The zombie story never changed, and a lot of people like myself thought, okay, maybe the Black Ops 4 zombies is the end of the Black Ops story for those characters for the zombies. Some people thought that, so I'm curious to see if they're gonna maybe continue off of that, or if they're gonna do what go back to how Black Ops 1 was, but do some of the, because they obviously Noah J was talking about it. Noah J456 talked about how when they showed that 3-second little zombie teaser that obviously it's the World at War map, Not Get Your Tone or whatever.
Yeah, Not Doing So, and it's.
And he showed that he showed that he's seen it was that, so he was like, okay, it's either going to be a continuation of Black Ops 4, the story's going to stay the same, or we're going to go back to Black Ops 1, but it's going to be before Black Ops 2 zombies. Yeah. If I would pick one zombies map to return how it's supposed to return, because it returned in Black Ops 4, but I didn't like how they did it in Black Ops 4 because it didn't bring back that nostalgia.
Yeah,
I want Alcatraz to come back. Or what was the name? I'm trying to remember the name of the actual...
Mob of the Dead.
Mob of the Dead. For some reason, I didn't want it.
Here's the big news here, because as everybody knows, when everybody got data mined in the actual alpha, Black Ops Cold War, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, there was a project file that no one would have thought would have been zombie, because it wasn't released until the actual multiplayer reveal. Sorry. It was under a project called The Red Door. I don't know if you would have heard about this.
Yeah, I heard about that.
If you do remember hearing about this, basically, during the alpha test, it got data mined that there was actually a map in that file that read the words transit.
Oh yeah, I heard about transit.
Towards Transit getting a remaster.
Transit was a really good map. Transit was one of my favorites.
Transit was a good map, but one of the main limitations for that console itself, the reason why they had the that the power of the consoles at the time, like the Xbox, PlayStation 3, wasn't able to comprehend rendering. So that's why they added like fog and denizens just to actually allow the player not to see a lot because it was already rendering. It was actually rendering time. If you didn't know that already.
Yeah, and so now, obviously, going into having Black Ops Cold War, they confirmed, like, with the... I like how they did the bundle, but we'll get into that. But how they did, that obviously these new consoles coming in, that they are going to be so powerful that they can load that stuff, and we can possibly actually see what's in that fog. Because obviously everybody knows. I've seen what the actual thing looks like, what it looked like in its early stages. They showed that like it's just there's nothing there for on the 360 other than zombies just spawning in, and then you're actually not even moving. You're just in a constant loading screen that pretty much the game says you're moving, but then that fog that comes up behind you, it's just a wall. And you're just moving, and it looks like you're moving in one spot, but you're actually in a loading screen, but not in a loading screen. And that's why I thought COD delivered that kind of style of games before anything. They delivered loading screens, but not actually loading screens.
Well, Hawk, I've just looked at the actual Call of Duty's Zombies leaked itself, and basically the trailer for the Zombies reveal actually did showcase Transit with the power room itself, with all the zombies in the bottom. That was the power room in Transit that got turned off. Basically the power's off in that one. And the Nactarine zone that we see is the debris from in the cornfield. And it's been revealed that the map name itself is actually called Codename Silver. And it's a prototype warehouse that's been worked on over the actual length of Cold War's development cycle. And with this gameplay taking place, there's going to be a lot of similarities and differences from the original Transit set in 2025. Which honestly is exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. My thing is, ever since World War II, I will admit, World War II to me, the zombies was like, it was a horror aspect. They said they wanted to actually make it a horror aspect, but still feel like zombies. And so when they showed that end of the little teaser, that the little mob of zombies down there, and then the guy turned and looked, and there was that one zombie that smacked him, and they showed that the character was holding a flashlight. I kind of agree with what Noah said, where Noah was talking about how he doesn't mind walking around with a flashlight in the zombies map. He said he wouldn't mind it, but he said he hopes it's not like he walks around with the flashlight the whole game. You only walk around the flashlight with areas you don't have power. And so when you turn the power back on, then you don't have to use your flashlight in that area. But any area that doesn't have power, you need that flashlight. And that'll bring out that horror aspect of like, oh, I don't know what's in here. My flashlight comes on and then poof, there's a zombie. And you're like, oh, you get all freaking scared.
Yeah. I think genuinely the horror aspect in World War II was definitely a good one, but it was too repetitive if you did actually play the game a lot. And if Treyarch have their own spin on this, I reckon it really land to home here. So Hawk, out of everything that we've talked about so far, what's your biggest worry for Cold War, and why?
My biggest worry is probably just people's expectations, to be honest. That a lot of people...
I think people's expectations for this game is going to be a lot different from Modern Warfare.
Because my thing was, obviously, in my opinion, I say this a lot, obviously Modern Warfare was not a bad game. I think, in my opinion, I want to say out of the last 3 Boots games we've gotten, obviously World War II, Black Ops 4, and MW, most people can agree MW has been the best so far.
Yeah.
But I
So-
think a lot of people, when they saw that it was just called Call of Duty Modern Warfare, they thought it was
Yeah.
going to be like COD 4. But it was a reboot, and so I think Modern Warfare did what it was supposed to do, be a reboot. And so my head goes towards, obviously my brain knows that Black Ops Cold War is not going to be a reboot. But I think a lot of people are going to go into that expectation of it's going to be like, they're going to think it's going to be supposed to be like Black Ops 1. And so I think a lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, if it's a direct sequel to Black Ops 1, it's got to be like Black Ops 1. So I think obviously...
Big lag spike, all the pork.
Whoa.
All the,
Yeah, I got that.
Go back about a couple of sentences, dude. You had a massive lag spike, bro.
Yeah, my screen, you had a lot. You froze and then you just broke
just...
and came back. No, I think a lot of people are going to take it as... They're going to think it's going to be like Black Ops 1, where obviously... I think a lot of... I mean, personally, I'm a fan of the Gunsmith coming back. I think MW did that really well. And personally, I thought it would be weird we went from the pick 10 system in Black Ops 4 to our guns can have to MW, where our guns, we could have 5 attachments for each weapon, all 3 perks, and then we could have our lethals and our tacticals. We didn't have to choose wisely. And so my brain also went towards like Warzone. How would they do that in Warzone? Because Warzone is also built the same way as MW's multiplayer. And so I was like, how are we gonna go from all these Warzone players going, okay, yeah, I could put 5 attachments on this weapon and 5 attachments on this pistol, or on another I can use overkill and get another weapon and put 5 attachments on it, to now Black Ops Cold War could have, okay, now I have to pick 10 items I want, which would be
my
weird.
main problem with the pick 10 system was the fact of, like, you could have, I think it was, the perfect example for what I'm trying to explain here is remember the Rampart, where I had double high cal and stabilizer. I think having something so, like, meta and something beyond, I would say something beyond what you would pick. I think the best way to balance that sort of out is, the way, I want to say Modern Warfare 2 did it, where you could pick only 2 attachments. That wouldn't really, it would be its own group of attachments. So, for instance, you couldn't pick a suppressor and FMJ.
Because it would counter
like
out.
That, basically.
Yeah, because it would counter out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, counteracts and also double buffs. So you wouldn't be able to have FMJ and stabilizer, for instance. That would go the same for the sniper. You wouldn't be able to have, like, say, slight loader when you have ballistic CPU. Something like that.
Or also, my thing is I hope it's not like I hope it's not like MW, where we have the same meta all year. Because like everybody could agree, though. Everybody could agree. World War II obviously had that meta shift where, in the beginning of World War II's competitive scene, the only gun, I think in World War II, the only gun that didn't get nerfed was the PPSH.
I believe.
Well, I remember...
Yeah, the early competitive was the bar.
Well, I remember... No, I think the bar, I think when the game had released before competitive started, it was, the bar was like the weapon, and then they nerfed the bar because every YouTuber was talking about it. And so they went towards that weapon called the FG42. And all the pro players were using that. And then when a meta shift came, and then that assault rifle got nerfed, everyone went towards the STG and the bar. Everyone went towards those 2 ARs, but obviously there was that meta shift. And then MW, and Black Ops 4 didn't do it as well, but it kind of did it, where like, but there was at least 3 weapons. There was a weapon that, like, if you're a player, like a flex player, like me, where sometimes in the game, or some maps you run an AR, some maps you run assault. You know.
2 seconds old. Yeah? Why is it? Why a second, mate?
Alright, stream, we have an intermission.
Wax snipes, mate. What do you wax
Like 30 something.
No. Mate, go get a sprout, yeah, well, don't get yourself fucking stoned. Wait. Yeah, I kept saying for me, I was playing, that's my other things that were 9 o'clock night, yeah. I don't know when. Came through, massive, dude. Just weren't going anywhere, man. Had to get you under the come in. I fucking hate my dude. Yeah. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Yeah, I'm closing my door. Yeah. Mate, I'm I hate him, man. Good luck, Wayne. Barricaded the door, I'm fine.
We didn't have sliding in the last Boots Underground games.
Yeah, sorry about that. My cousin's got a massive bee in his room, and yeah, let's just say I'm terrified of bees. I got stung as a let's just say it wasn't pleasant. I would much rather not be stung. You feel me? Where was we, by the way? What was we talking about?
We were talking about. Oh yeah, we were talking about weapon metas.
Yes. Yeah, like the weapon shift on World War II was completely different to Modern Warfare in my sense. That constant meta of
It was all year.
Right.
It was all year M4, MP5. That was it. But like even with like Black Ops 4, obviously with flex players, there was you had the Maddox, who was for the flex players. So if like it can be an up close and personal weapon, but it also could be an AR. It shot fast like an SMG, but it was also it could do the damage and it could have the range of the AR. And then obviously you had the ICR, that gun was broken, and then you had the SOG for your SMG. And so I felt like even though we didn't have a meta shift at Black Ops 3, or not Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, we at least had a weapon that fit every role. And
every
so,
kind of,
And then obviously MW,
I think another thing,
I thought with MW, we would have, the way that they were doing the gunsmith, I thought, okay, we're going to have more weapon variety. We're going to see every game, different weapons. But it ended up being like the first couple, maybe like month or two until competitive started in January, everybody was running different weapons. And when everyone saw in January, when competitive and the league started, and everyone saw it was M4s and it was MP5s and how broken the MP5 really was, the only gun I think I really remember seeing constant basis was the 725 in the beginning of the game. That gun was just
725 was way overused at the start of the game. Even the fact of like, I was saying this to Ryan the other day, like, because I downloaded it on release. I got the game on release. I downloaded it straight away. First thing I did was hop, and then I went straight into multiplayer. And I said to Ryan, I remember when the game first came out, and everyone was using that AK-47 or the AUG class, but very, very, very quickly the MP7 became the meta gun at the start, like the very, very start. The MP7 was the meta gun for a long time.
Because when the game started, I didn't want to be that, like when I was, personally when I didn't know how the league or competitive was going to go. And so I thought, okay, the MP7 was... I thought the MP7 was better than the MP5.
I'm bringing it in, do I? It's probably all... Hang on a minute, or... think it's a Hornet. Yeah, the big ones. It won't be a bee, but it won't be a wasp, because wasps, they're a little bit smaller. Yeah, I think they're like burrowing near our house, you know. Yeah, honestly, they've got to be burrowing near our house. When you found one. Yeah, that's what I've been fucking doing. I'm scared now. Sorry about that, Hawk. Please continue.
But yeah, I just feel like, personally, I was going towards the MP7. I thought, okay, the MP7 is going to be that meta gun, and I saw that at the beginning of the game, pros were kind of using the MP7, but then when they saw that the MP5 had that 10mm ammo, they were like, yeah. And there was a pro that was showing the difference between the M4 and the MP5. That like obviously M4 was still really good, but yeah. I guess it was he went on one of the maps. I think it was St. Petrograd, and he had a guy. Yeah. He had his friend stand on a bus, and he was sitting on a bus on the other end of the map, and he pulled out the MP5 with those bullets. And he shot, and I think it was like 4 shots from like a super far range with the MP5, and it was 5 shots with the M4. And he showed that like the MP5 is the do-it-all gun, and then I think they did a little nerf to it. I think the only meta shift I saw was there was one pro player. He ran the Uzi for a little while, and then I guess obviously the pro players having their thing called the GAs, or the gentleman agreement, where they all agree to not use this weapon in the match. They because I guess the Uzi, he got like that secret little ammo thing that you get like this. Yeah, and the
executive pack, I think it was called.
And so the pro player was using that ammo, and they GA'd that, so he couldn't use the Uzi. He was using the MP5 again, and then the MP5 got the 10mm got nerfed, and so they weren't using the 10mm anymore, and they were just using the MP5 with just the normal 30-round mags. But everyone was like, this thing shoots marshmallows now. And so some pro players were using MP7s, and then they GA'd the MP7, and then they were using the AUG, and the AUG was GA'd. Personally, I'm a fan of the AUG, but other than that, I didn't really see the ARs really have a switch. It was all year, it was M4. And so I'm hoping with Black Ops Cold War, that's just my thought and my pray, is that pro players are already talking about how the AK-74U was God tier in the alpha. Treyarch already said we're working on nerfing that. And so I'm hoping all the
That's
SMGs,
very good as well from my aspect. Well, because
they immediately are on top of that. They're immediately on top of it. That's why everyone loves Treyarch, because they listen to the community. And so when I seen them post, we're working on nerfing the AK-74U before beta, I was like, look, because I mean, the thing that I saw a lot in the beta was I saw a lot of pro players' mindset was from going from MW, MP5 was the gun. And so I saw in the alpha that people were running the MP5 and then they were like, oh, well, it's good, but not as good. And then people were running the AK-74U and were like, oh my god, like this thing is insane. Obviously, it wasn't outgunning ARs, but it was really good at that mid-tier range without any barrels. And so they immediately were just like that. And so I'm hoping to
finally finish up about Modern Warfare and meta shifts. I think the way Cold War is going to handle this whole meta shift, well, in my vision or my view on that game as a whole, I think if they knuckle down and really balance at the early start and keep those players who pre-ordered the game in the kind of like honeymoon factor, I normally call it, like the honeymoon area. The games just came out, you're still understanding what it's all about. If you can keep the players there then, and then keep the meta like current, but like shift it and then tilt it. If you can get it to that position, I reckon it will succeed.
Well, I think with meta shifts, I think what Black Ops Cold War should do, personally, I think it should be like, because the problem with what Infinity Ward did with MW that pissed a lot of players off, especially the competitive players.
Yeah.
They were releasing patches for weapons and weapon nerfs right before they would nerf or buff things, or they would do things to weapons right before, a couple days before the pro players would have tournaments. And so it was making them upset that they were trying to ask Infinity Ward to reverse it. And then after the tournament is over, then launch that patch. Because there was something where, I guess, the biggest one that I noticed that, other than like guns, they didn't change anything with the gun. They just changed like one of the zooms. But I guess with the MP5, when you run that like collapsible stock, like the up close stock, it was super far or super zoomed out. Like it looked like you had your weapon right there, like super far away when you aim down sight. But they changed it to where now it's like right here, and it was covering up most of your screen. But they changed it right before Champs, the biggest tournament. And pro players were like, can we at least have it go back to normal? And then once this tournament's over, change it back. But they didn't. And so I'm happy to see Treyarch is on it like that.
I think Fortnite did the best example of a video game. Fortnite did like in terms of like competitive shifts within meta shifts within a competitive aspect, like going in towards like tournaments and whatnot. I remember when the World Cup came out, they delayed a season because they delayed it like by 3 weeks. They didn't want the meta to shift. They basically want these players to practice on this current meta, keep them going through. Obviously, they'll bombard them with content updates and shift anything that breaks. But as it goes, they normally keep something on the ball and keep it going. And that's just something really, if Treyarch can stick to that in terms of like competitive players,
but
that's
like,
really...
My thing with it is I think what they should do is obviously do meta shifts. But like, if there's a certain amount of tournaments in a month, because obviously now going into how the competitive league is being franchised and having these city-based teams where you've got France, you've got London, and you've got all your American teams, there's going to be more tournaments. So my thing is if there's a tournament that month, don't change the meta. Don't touch the meta.
Yeah.
Give players to practice, time to practice on that meta, get used to it, learn the gun. And then change it after the tournament's over, change it. But at least tell the pro players, hey, this is what we're going to change before it releases to the public, because it'll be fair so these pro players know what to expect. And so I'm hoping that it's not just the same weapons all year long and that's it. Because that's all it was.
I completely agree with you, mate. Completely agree with you. Alright, I think that is pretty much the end of our little COD section. A little rant. But we're COD fans at the end of the day, and it's something that we want to COD YouTuber and a COD professional for a team. Walk, if you want to help me out here, what team do you play?
Oh, I'm on a team right now. I'm solo in it.
Oh.
I'm
solo. Hawk in his solo dolo moment, and me myself being a zombie fanatic, I've been with my friends through high school, through Easter eggs and Black Ops 3. I've always loved. But now it's time to look at our own life. So Hawk, tell me what you've been up to.
I've been
obviously out there, dude.
Obviously, I've been trying to just grind, do it, just taking. I had a job. I ended up quitting it because I just couldn't deal with the people there. I'm more of that social person or social outcast person where I'd like to. I have my friends. I have my group of friends, and that's fine. That's it. I hang out with those
you're more
friends. And so when I quit my job, I was busy just wanting to play by myself, or not play by myself, but all I wanted to do was just, I want to stream. And so when I quit my job, that's all I wanted. That's what I've been doing. I've been trying to stream every single day. I've been trying to upload. And then obviously, I don't know if you heard about it, but my YouTube ended up getting hacked. I want to say about a month ago, 2 months ago. And I've been on YouTube since now 4 years with this current channel, with the Hawk channel. And, but everybody knows Black Ops 4 and Modern Warfare have been my years of, I've put in a maximum effort, I've been grinding it. And so I guess like about, I want to say like July, my YouTube ended up getting hacked and every video on my YouTube channel had gotten deleted. And then, the only thing that was left on my channel were the live streams that I did on YouTube, and so it was all that. And then I ended up, luckily, I got the nicest comment yesterday. It made my day that someone commented saying like, "Hey man, you know, it's heartbreaking to know what happened with your YouTube. That you put in all this effort and all your all your stuff got deleted." And he said, "But I'm glad to see you still kicking it and still doing everything you can and still uploading videos for us and still showing that same amount of enjoyment." He said, "Obviously, it had to be heartbreaking for you, but at the end of the day, you're still enjoying it. You're still doing it." And I said, "Yeah, why wouldn't I quit when 2020 has obviously it's been a weird year for everybody. Where beginning of the year,
it's definitely been a weird year.
Beginning of the year, we were outside." Beginning of the year, we're outside, and next thing we know, at the end of the year, we're going to all be spending, families are going insane because we're constantly always around each other, 24/7. We can't do anything. Obviously, now we can, but we have to wear masks unless we're like going to the gym or to the beach. Well, if you're going swimming in the beach, you have to wear a mask. Don't wear a mask.
Yeah.
Underwater, obviously.
Yeah.
But like standing on the sand, going on a walk, wear masks. And so I think obviously everyone's just in a weird time right now, but I just think this time right now gives us gamers like me and you so much. This is like, to us, it was like, hey, this is what we do on a frequent basis. We usually stay home
and man.
Do this for you guys. We make that entertainment. And so obviously having COVID around, that gives us a better chance to make that content and everything. And obviously it's going to be a little bit more rushed just due to there's more people staying at home. And so they're expecting, if we're doing daily videos, they're expecting that daily video. Or if we're doing a video every other day, they're expecting that every other day video. And so it's kind of rushed. But like, obviously, you know how I am, and I know how you are. We're both not into streaming and into YouTube for the money. We're not into it. Obviously, it's nice to earn money from it, but we're not going to be those kind of people that are like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to go buy my Lamborghini and show it off."
Yeah.
We're here for the entertainment. We're here to make someone's day, to make them smile, to make them laugh.
Exactly, dude. I was having a stream earlier today that actually, I was literally preaching the whole way through it, dude. I actually got a really nice comment from a guy named Cairo. He's from South Korea. He's a really nice guy. He was in that stream all the time, man. Like the last couple of days, and he actually made a very good, like, why does a 40k viewer streamer get like that many views, being toxic, being this and the other, not making an impact, and me here getting making like someone else's day, getting that getting the recognition they need.
Exactly.
But honestly, I corrected him on this. I corrected him. Hang on a minute. I corrected him on this because not a lot of people realize that, like, even though they're toxic, dude, there's someone on a bed in a medical bay watching that person that's honestly needing that laugh, a little bit of like that little bit of like willpower to know that, like, I don't know, their content sometimes does bring happiness. I've seen firsthand in a really shit situation my entire life. Like, people know, like, I've been through foster care and whatnot, and I've always been like frequent watching YouTube and streamers and whatnot because I just like it. That's the content I enjoy, and it is a little bit of an. It's something that you notice more as you try go down that road yourself, and it's really nice to see some feedback in the communities. Likewise on your YouTube, on my Twitch, dude. It's always nice. It gives you that motivational.
Yeah, but like
Someone
my
starting
thing,
out with
my
that
thing
lower
is
number.
like, I see where that guy's coming from. Like, obviously there are those toxic streamers, but I'm not meaning like, I mean like all streamers that are toxic. But I mean like, to me, I see it as if it's like a gaming thing. I see it as people watch them because they're good at the game. Because you could have someone who never reads chat, never looks at his chat, never says anything with his fans, never plays with fans, and has 40K viewers. But he only has 40K viewers because he's good at the game. But you could be someone like us who are average at games, but are trying to always have conversations with our chat. We're not, or there could be those streamers of like, obviously, there's a button that says subscribe to me for $5 here on Twitch. And then there's obviously, for YouTube, there's kind of the same thing, but becoming a member, where you join the channel. There's that button. But how I see it as, Twitch does not require you, YouTube does not require you to pay to watch somebody. It is a free platform. It doesn't pay you to get onto, it doesn't say, hey, pay me this amount of money so you can get on this platform. It's a free. If you want to come in my stream and watch, I'm not going to sit there and say, hey, donate. Hey, sub. Hey, do this.
Exactly, dude.
I'm going to, obviously, if I'm streaming, I'm going to be like, I mean, I appreciate the follow, but if someone donates to me, I'm like, why are you donating to me? Like, you could be spending your money on something else. And so that's how I see it, is I'm like, I'm not over here, I barely ever put ads on my stream. Saying like, I'm not like, yo, I'm gonna put 5 ads and I'm gonna go do this. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna put like 1 ad and I'm gonna go do this real quick and I'll be right back. But I don't always just say, hey, bombardment of ads. Hey, yo, if you subscribe to me, you can play with me. Because my thing is with streaming, I want to be different. I don't want to play with subscribers.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to play with subscribers. I don't want to play with people on Twitch who pay to play with me. If you follow me, I want to play with you. I'll obviously have a mod in the chat that says, all right, well, these people have played for this amount of time. I don't want to just be like, yo, you have to pay $5 to pay with me. I want you to give me your money so you have time, so you can play 5 or 6 games with me. I don't want to be like that. It's a free platform. I'm not going to beg you for your money. If you are willing to give me your money, awesome. Great. Thank you so much, and I appreciate it. But I'm not going to sit there every 5 minutes. Hey, if you're watching the stream, don't forget to subscribe. If you got a Twitch Prime or whatever the hell they're calling it now. I don't remember what they're calling it with
Twitch Prime.
Well, they're changing the name, I guess. They're changing Twitch Prime's name. But I'm like, hey, I see someone in my chat who's got that little crown next to their head. I know that that's a Twitch Prime. I'm not going to be like, yo, subscribe with your Twitch Prime. I see it. I'm not like that. I'm just like, I mean, if you want to, go right ahead. The button's there. But I'm not saying do it. I'm not going to ever turn my chat onto sub-only chat or the follow-only chat. You may not even follow me. If you just want to come in my stream and know who I am and know what I'm doing and why I do it, feel free to. You don't got to follow me. Same with my YouTube. I'm not going to sit there. Because the one thing that aggravates me with YouTube, most time I watch a video, someone is like, for example, my friend was watching a PewDiePie video yesterday. PewDiePie didn't do it himself, but he was watching a video where this guy bought a fake box from the dark web. He literally just wrote DW on the box and put fake stuff. But I hate people that are like, before that, say I'm playing COD. Here's an example. Say I'm playing this video talking about how this weapon is so good and everything. But before you get to that part of the video, I'm like, don't forget to like and also subscribe. I hate that. I'm like, that's not the reason.
I think in its sense, it's always good to play plug what you're trying to get though. Like
I plug it in.
no matter what, there's just genuine people out there who don't really like and subscribe and you know, even comment. Like they don't realize how much that kind of goes for like someone like me. Like I had a comment that literally just said nice vid. That honestly made my day. I'm not.
Yeah, that makes it.
I had a comment out from a friend that literally, why did you play this game with us? And that would just make me laugh so hard, dude. I even remember that.
But like my thing is like I don't hate people plugging in it, because I mean I plug in my stuff too, but I hate people who plug it into the video before the video even truly starts, because people came to that video to watch a certain thing. They want to know, okay, what's so overpowered about this weapon, but I'm too busy talking about liking, and so that doesn't make them want to watch longer. I don't want to be like that. I play my video, I do my video, and then at the end of the video, I'm like, all right, thank you guys for watching. If you guys said leave a like if you guys enjoyed, let me know, smash the like button, and depending on how many likes we get on the video, shows me you guys want to see more videos like this, and I'll upload it more daily. And also, if you would like to subscribe and see more, if you would like to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you would like, it would be greatly appreciated, turn on that notifications. It'll tell you every time I post a video.
To be fair, I don't even do that in a minute. My YouTube content is very limited. What I've been doing on Twitch, for instance. I've been like editing down some clips and just mainly like highlight reels, how we've been doing the last couple months. But yeah, like I said, with the whole subscriber with Prime dilemma, the main thing that I always seem like as a small streamer trying to network itself into there, like even you've seen like firsthand that networking goes a long way. Just yesterday I was on 205 followers, and now today I think 255.
Let me look. I'm gonna look at my boy real quick.
You're just gonna check the facts, boys. We're gonna check the stats
Channels,
on that one.
Like I said, Smith, 244.
244.
244.
Just
but yeah, I seen that like just the other day. You were telling me, hey, let's celebrate. Tell your boy. He's like, let's give me a congratulations for hitting 200. And you told me like 2 or 3 days ago. And the next thing I know, I went to your stream today, and I'm like, yo, is it? I mean, he's probably live because I seen you posted a tweet. I clicked on your stream, and I was like, I'm gonna see if you still wanted it, for still doing it today. And then I just click on your thing, and it says 244. I was like, man, in like 2 days, this man went from 205 to 244. I said, like, I wish I had that number, but like, I'm not gonna be. I'm not taking that away from you. I'm not gonna be like, but like my thing now. Do you use Streamlabs?
Yeah, I use Streamlabs.
Do you stream with your viewer count on or off?
I stream with it off because I never really want to look at numbers.
I feel like that brings the best out of you when you don't know how many people are watching. I don't care if I got 1 watching, if I've got 2 watching, 3 watching, 100 watching. I don't care.
Dude, what?
That to me, the number scares you. That number scares you because, say, like I'm Nick Merckx and one day I'm streaming COD and I got 20,000 or 40,000 viewers. The next day I'm streaming like Among Us and I've got 5,000 people. To Nick Merckx, that's gonna scare him, and he's gonna be like, okay, well, they don't like me watching this, or they don't like watching this. They don't like seeing me play this. So I'm gonna go back to COD. To me, I see it as if you want to watch me, go right ahead. But I don't care about that number because it gets into your head and you're like, oh, well, what am I doing? What am I messing up on?
Yeah.
And so that really messes with your brain because like me, the other day, I had someone who followed me. I don't know if you were around when you were seeing it, but I want to say like July or June, July.
Yeah.
I had been... It got to the point where I was bored with MW. I didn't know what to do because all my friends were getting on at certain times and getting off. And so I was streaming Breath of the Wild on my Switch. And I was streaming it. And I had viewers left and right, coming in, following, and watching. And a couple of them are like, yo, you ever gonna stream Breath of the Wild again? But they're still constantly coming into my COD streams and watching because they enjoy me as a person. I hate those people. I mean, it's not wrong. It's very, very, very not wrong. If you want to watch someone for one kind of video, one type of thing. But my thing is, I just hope, like, if you like one person for their content, you should like them for them, not like you like them
exactly.
because they're playing COD. Like me with my YouTube, I love playing COD. I love streaming it on Twitch and all that. But if you've been seeing as of late on my YouTube, I've been playing The Forest. I've been enjoying the game.
I've seen some of your episodes.
I've been enjoying the game. It's been really well received. But I don't want someone to pop up on my video and dislike the video and be like, oh, well, I disliked it because it's not a COD video. I'm like, you should want to watch the video because it's me. Now, is it wrong? Definitely.
Like, I always think with my viewers, like just to talk about my Twitch journey a little bit. I originally started streaming a game called I started streaming originally on Minecraft. If you've ever played that or even tried to give it a shot, there's basically there's a private server called Warmain, which is like a there's only like I think 2,000 concurrent players on there, but it's very well it's a well embedded. And I originally didn't start streaming that though. I started streaming a game called Terraria, which is if anybody doesn't know, it's like a sandbox like Minecraft but like 2D.
Yeah.
And I originally wanted to be this kind of like funny eccentric character because if nobody knows, I've got ADHD and I've got it pretty bad. Like I can just go downstairs, leave the fridge open by accident, walk upstairs and forget about it, go run at a wall and then play the piano. Like I'm bonkers, genuinely.
I got ADHD.
But like I was always like on my edge of my seat, being very eccentric from the start. Whether it was like speed runs or like decent content, I was always like jumping, shout, being basically what Twitch endorses as being like a larger than life character, if that makes sense. And we built a little bit, and I've still got people in my chat today that come say hello. They're not there for the gameplay. They're there for me. They genuinely enjoy spending their time.
Someone who is there for me. They don't care what I'm playing, what I'm doing. They're there for me because they enjoy how I do what I do, and that's what I enjoy.
Yeah.
That I've had a couple obviously I'm bigger on YouTube than I am on Twitch, but like that comment, when I got that comment and I seen how long that dude's been subscribed, that person has been subscribed really since the beginning of my channel, since 2016. A couple months, I think like November around there. And my channel came in August 2016. And so when I seen that comment, they're like, he's still here. That made my day that I seen this guy's been subscribed to me that long, and that he was like, dude, I'm still so happy to see that all your stuff with your YouTube got deleted and you didn't let that phase you. You didn't let that make you want to quit. Nothing. He said, you still went and did what you still are doing what you're doing. You're having fun. He said, obviously, to some people, it's going to delete some of your videos that you said some bad things in, and new people won't be able to see that. He said, and that's could be a good thing, that could be a bad thing. But like my thing too is, but I did have some videos with you and Ryan, or Illicit for people who don't know, and 8 that we had blast. I had some Minecraft videos that I had that were blast. Like I did at least 40 parts on Crazy Craft for Minecraft. And all those got deleted. That like broke my heart that I went and did so much for that series. Because a lot of people think I'm a COD streamer for the most part, but a lot of people think my YouTube is just COD. It's not. I've always wanted my YouTube channel to be variety. I want to play horror games. I want to play games with friends. Like, I've been wanting that. I was going to ask you, I wanted to start doing another Minecraft series with you again. Because I remember that's what we used to do.
I'm down.
We would play COD, and then when we would both get off COD, we'd both go to Minecraft. We'd play Minecraft.
Yeah.
And that was always like
it was really mainly when controller or Warzone, to be fair.
Yeah, I know.
I raged at COD so hard.
You would get mad at COD and then you'd hop on Minecraft and then you text me on Xbox. You want to play some Minecraft? I'm like, yeah, let's go. I'm down. And people enjoyed watching me stream that, and that's what I love. It's why I love streaming. My main thing is not. We both have the same mentality, and that's why we get along so well. We're such good friends because we both aren't in it for money. We both aren't in it for mansions and for Lamborghinis and all that. We're both in it to make someone's.
I think the best way to put it is probably we're non-materialist. That makes sense.
We're not
in that definition, in that context. But yeah, moving on from that, then just genuinely, how's your Twitch journey been?
It's been. It has a little bit of ups and downs. It's good. I've had a couple bit donations here and there. I think my most subscribers I've had at once was 9, and that was because when I was in my team Impulsive, we had he gifted 5, and then he subscribed, and then a partner, I have it right here on OBS, and then someone else who co-owned the team, she gifted a sub, and then she subscribed, and then someone else had subscribed as well, and I was like, it was cool to me that people were giving that money to me, and then for some reason in my head, I forgot that bit donations, I forgot that when someone donates or donates bits, all the money, it goes straight to you, but if someone subscribe, half of it goes to Twitch, half of it goes to you. And so I always had that mentality of when someone subscribed, when I had this 9 subscribers, I thought I made $45, and then I seen it say, no, I made $23. I'm like, oh, whoops. And so
basically,
I had
the way Twitch works is it's done on, you have to make originally £100 before you could actually receive any payment from Twitch.
Yeah, I know. I'm at like 70 or something.
And any subscribers or anything that you get is actually halved, and bit donations. I think at 80% was you.
No, I think I've gotten all my bits before. I have all my
I'm pretty sure like Twitch is like rather 90 or 80. It's a very low cut on
because I've gotten 1,600 bits donated to me before, and then just the other day or 3 days ago, someone donated $6, and then I've had a $3 donation. And then 38 cents. So I've had in total $30 because I've also had the part of the $16 donation. I had 60 cents, and then I had 25 for the $6. And so that combined makes over $20. And then I've had my gifted, and then I've had the ads that they pay me for. But otherwise, normally like. There's obviously the games that I know I get follows from, but I stream obviously I don't stream what other people want to see. Like me and you right now could, after the podcast is done, we could literally hop on Fortnite, and we would get followers galore, but we're not enjoying it. We're not enjoying playing it, but we're like, oh yeah, we can get famous. But like you streaming World of Warcraft. You play that a lot.
I enjoy that,
You enjoy that game. You enjoy it. You don't care if someone follows you. You care that you enjoy the game, and you got people who enjoy watching you play the game. That's how I am. People may be like, oh, well, yeah, but you play COD 24/7, or why are you playing Zelda? Why are you playing Minecraft? Like, this game is the game to play, but I'm like, I'm not enjoying the game personally. I don't like it. That's why a lot of people are like, why don't you play Fortnite? I'm like, because I don't like Fortnite.
One of the main things from my self, if I'm gonna go play a game like that, if anybody doesn't know anything about ADHD, basically, it's brain activity that's basically shut off.
Yeah.
So
you can literally anything distracts you.
Yeah, like I get distracted fucking so easily. So when I'm playing a game for like a few hours. Normally, I'll go take like a little break if I'm like playing. I don't know if you ever saw this, but I used to always take like a 10-minute break. Go, just so I've got something to distract myself. Then I'm in that loop, and then I can go back to that game. But normally, what I do is I stream like Warcraft. I can only stream for like max. I normally do like 3 or 2 hours, then I go on to. Then if you've ever seen like some of the games that they blocks, but there's a game called Arsenal, very fast paced. It's like a gun game. I've been playing that quite a bit, and I get a few followers from that, but like today, for instance, when I started playing it, dude, there was some people who came back and watched the wild stream. That was enjoying it. Like I literally was just like, I needed a rotation game. This is my game, but it's my main game. I do play variety, but I rotate in between two, and they completely like people are pretty supportive in that sense. It's like,
and like I want.
you've always got and you said about gifted subs as well, like you got from your personal. One of the main things that I've not even got my and I've got 6 total. I've always been like, you know, you do something for me and I'll reward you. Sense like I've got things in my. You can actually earn a sub instead of actually like trying to pay for it. Because I know there's people out there who can't financially for themselves. And yeah, it's in a sense as like I've set a challenge for this month, dude. Like a top clip of the month gets us gifted sub, just because it's along that line of like network, getting you to like stream out there, people talking about you. It's like that. I'm not trying to like pressurize you people to come just say, oh, give me a follow, give me a lurk. Like I'm there to enjoy, and a clip is the best way to show off wide.
That's my thing too. I hate people who come in streams and self-promote. Like, I'm not against it, but I hate people that instead of taking time out of their day to watch you, they're gonna self-promote. Because I remember there was one time I used to be grinding for a team called. They changed their. Well, they had a lot of issues. They ended and then they changed their name, or they started over with a different owner, but it's still the same emblem, but it was a different name. But they had it was called Regal Reserve, and they did like a 24-hour live stream, and some guy came in. I think they were playing different games, switching people out. They were a team, and one dude was playing Warzone, and me and this guy are having a normal conversation, and like I'm talking with him, and then so this other guy comes in and he's self-promoting, and I'm like, and the guy's like, you don't self-promote in a charity live stream. At least a charity live stream. Don't self-promote. We're trying to raise this money for a charity, and you're coming in here trying to steal the viewers and everything, and it's like, no, that's why I'm like, that's why Twitch has the feature of hosting someone or rating. When you're done with the stream, that's when you can go to a smaller streamer or to another streamer and go and give them those followers. Because you don't know, like with you had 5 viewers, that could have made someone's day. Or like me, I was streaming Zelda at one point, and Zelda was like a decent category, and I had like 5 or 6 people viewing me, and this guy had like 1 or 2 viewers, and I went and I hosted him, and that made his day. And then I ended up following him. I hosted him and then I followed him, and that made his day. He was like so happy. He was like, thank you so much. And I was grateful. That's what I like. I do like helping people, but I don't like that until I'm done with stream, till I'm done streaming, please don't self-promote in my stuff.
Yeah, like I completely agree with you in that sense. I don't know if you've ever heard of like these community promote small streamers. I've been a part of them for quite a long time now. I never really networked myself correctly. I was actually on Twitter just like stuff kind of shit out there, like, and a few clips that I was like putting about. So like people was like, feel free to network yourself. I was only doing the positive follow for follow sort of shit. No matter how much I want to go down, I did do in the past, but I never want to be like that one with like 1.2k followers and just a 1 viewer person, if that makes reflect how you're any constellation. But like I went into one of these communities, the MNSS, which I spoke to you today about a little bit, I think, on stream when I was like picking someone to raid. Basically these people, they get into this channel Discord, they go about random picked because you know, like you can link your Discord, say when you're live. Yeah, they have an add-on on their Discord where it says all the people that's live, and they go like, it's completely a random, by the way, but they do it through community activity. So if you're having a positive impact, they choose you out random to host you. And just the people I've met through doing this, not even doing that, just talking in voice channels, or not talking in voice channels, sorry, text channels to some of the people. It's just you can see how much they don't really care about this whole like making money from streaming. They're here for like the memories, make the it's always I always said to one of my viewers now who recently hit. He's a networking legend, by the way. On absolute bad lad. He hit affiliate in 8 days.
Oh yeah, Axe Bosses or whatever his name is.
Yeah. One of my
he
viewers
pops
hit
in my
that.
stream.
Yeah, he was just like, he had no motivation when he first came. I'm a Terraria speedrun, like I said. I've got that Terraria like basis. He came into one of the streams, dude, and he had no motivation to stream. I sat down to him and said, look, it isn't about like making money. It isn't about actually like having the software really ass computer. And look, I've got like fucking hot and shit. I don't care. These are from like posters and whatnot, so don't worry about it. But I'm just saying it isn't about what you have showing off. It's about the person, image, and the motivation and the words you're putting out there. It's about the imprint you leave, not the one that. That's the way I see it. And Axe really had that positive hit from a start. Dude, he just hit that goal so fast. Just to see that just kind of like makes me happy, man.
Yeah, that's what I've saw. Or like I've seen with you, you had your Twitter name for a while as pushing for partner, and like that's not.
Yeah, I realized
really hit it.
That was kind of like the bad way to do it because I had a real bad community from when I was streaming Terraria. I had a little bit of like when you have just a change of heart. So, like the community I started creating, it was like a little toxic side of life. So I had like big switch up and like I just wanted to spread a little positivity around the whole place. And I kind of just like was like, all right, we gotta dumb this down, boys. I want us to go to different places, pretty much just enforcing that background that I came from and enforcing that into like different.
Kind of like we did the teams that we were on.
Yeah, like exactly.
All of us who were friends.
The reason why we originally left that first toxic. We wanted to create something better.
We all knew who were friends. We knew we were all friends, and we all planned to leave together because we didn't want to be part of that toxic. And so we all joined a community together. Or like with the whole streaming, the small sport community. You invited me to that, and I've been welcomed in. A lot of people there are nice, and it's. And I could, but in my heart, you're a good friend of mine, so I could trust that, and that's what I mean. It's like, my thing is just a lot of people are so toxic.
That's the thing as well. It's getting away from the fact that someone's a viewer, but you can you create friendships out of people. Like
to me,
I don't even class him. Wow. Yeah, it's a mod,
to me, my viewers are not viewers. My viewers are friends.
Yeah,
people that constantly come into my stream and talk.
Yeah, like I talk to these people more than probably I should do. To be fair, like Axe hits me up on Discord. Like he spams my shit, and I spam him back. I don't mind it. I'm all for. I'm very much towards like helping these people out in their lives, giving them emotional advice, giving them that outlet. But also, I want these people to grow as people, grow as creators if they want to, or even grow as just people, as in a sense of they're gonna be better off. Like I had a very, very, very shit week recently, and I just came back to streaming after like a little bit. I just weren't really, like my ADHD got better in me. I was just had this boost of fucking confidence. As soon as like I came back, I had a bunch of fucking positive messages. I had fucking like 3 or 4 raids on the go, and like ever since then I've just been like evident motivated, pushing and pushing and pushing. Because it's that mindset of like, it's not about trying to hit a goal in the grind out this sort of life. The people you make, the memories you make. Hawk, you could be 4 years down the line.
Yeah, it's It's just this community is. So it can either be
It is insane.
it could either be amazing or it could be very toxic. And obviously, I'm one of those people who hate the toxic people. I'm like, why do we all gotta be negative? Like,
Yeah.
obviously, the big thing is cyberbullying.
Yeah.
Like, it's just unreal how. To me, I feel like people think us streamers can't make a mistake. They think that
Yeah.
we're perfect people, and so when we make a mistake, they hate on us and they don't like us anymore or all these other things. And so it's like, okay, well, maybe I made a mistake. I said one wrong word or something. Like, obviously, if I said something like super bad, like if I get punished, I'll take my punishment. But that doesn't mean you should hate on me. Or just because I said,
Yeah, exactly.
or like the thing too that is like what iDubbbz does or what Leafy would do or those YouTubers, they weren't trying to stop that person from making videos. They were doing it as a joke of like being fake toxic of like, oh yeah, well this guy sucks. This video is trash. Like, don't even view this. But they're not trying to sit there and be like, yo, kill yourself, and actually mean like, yo, dude, you're bad at this. Full on quit. Like my thing is, I like to imagine if they're doing it for the video. Obviously, I hate scripting videos.
Yeah.
I hate when people fake their videos, but that's what it is for me. Is I see it as, okay, maybe this guy's like, okay, you're trash and kill yourself in a video, but then in real life, you see his messages with that guy, and they're best buds. Like, oh no, that's all cool. They're out in public hanging out with each other. And that's just, I hate.
Of course, it's always gonna be like I think the best way to like deal with that is like, well, not deal with it. The best way to define it is it's on the line of like, are you trying to be like more commentary, fact of like being a more toxic person of like, I think the best example of like years would be like with that Leaf iDubbbz that kind of like shitting on people for like what content or something. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some content I don't enjoy, and I would probably be matter of fact of like I've shut up as a person beforehand. Like for instance, bring up like Ricegum's content. Dislike Ricegum, not because I don't like his content in general. I just don't like that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like that image that he's bringing across on the internet. I don't mind Ricegum, the actual person. I don't like his image though. That's what basically I'm saying. Like, it's about the image and the person behind it. The person I've got to. I wouldn't attack that person just on the way, like he's doing. Like Jake Paul, I don't give a fuck what. Dude, I don't give a fuck what Jake Paul's putting out there. He's just an asshole for his image. But the person, I don't really care about the person. I don't really know him. Sure. Like same with Logan Paul. Like, it's the image and the person. You've got to. Everyone's human, to be fair. And when you're in something like this, you've got to project an image, brand, basically. And it's about like, it's about separating that person from said image.
Alright, I'm gonna be right back. So
No worries.
I gotta do something.
No worries. Dude, what a fucking Nobot still. Yeah? Yeah? Why are you struggling? Can you give me about like 10 minutes? In fact, Dwayne, actually, quickly do it. Yeah. Just before I queue into something. they're just fucking annoying.
Normally I just let them do their own bit. If I was a white spot, let him just grab it and do his bit. That was can't be right.
Oh, even bees, man.
You know how to do?
No. Like, just fuck that in general. I'll be out of the room as fast as fuck, man. You trying out with a fucking fly rocket, mate.
Could you imagine living in Australia?
Oh, I couldn't just with the fucking spiders, man.
Yeah,
I'm not scared of fucking spiders, but I'm straight like on steroids, mate.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Australia, the spiders aren't there. They're just spiders. Spiders are there. Fucking murderers, aren't they?
Yeah, gorilla spiders, fucking Goliath spiders. I saw one, yeah, there was this, it was like fucking years ago, yeah. I was in geography, you know, they always put on the National Geographic TV series in case I want to, like, just, like, you know, have like a bit of a DOS lesson. Anyway, there's this spider, kids are fucking hunting it, yeah. It kills kids, yeah, and it eats them. This spider's got like fucking fur on it, yeah. The fur's poisonous and it's paralysing, yeah. It flicks it off, and guess what it's that? It's Australia, mate. If you go to Australia, mate, you get fucking paralysed by a spider and hate it. Like, fuck that, man. I'd rather go to Brazil and just get shot.
yeah, straight away. Just this man with no game.
Isn't it?
Fuck that.
Alright, Pablo, bullet,
At
mate.
least you know how you know it. Well, that's the thing, no, I didn't know them spiders.
No, the wasps and fucking, the mosquitoes carry off the fucking diseases in the world anyway. There. Like, you watch some of the Top Gear, what they call Top Gear specials or whatnot. You seen the shit they get stung by? Like, James May, literally, he didn't have a fucking thing in his window. Yeah. And he got stung to fuck. Like a bug net on his window, he got stung to fuck. He had to get admitted to hospital in a week. Fucking crazy. Like, proper, like, you know, high production. They're not meant to get catched by that shit. And he
They're in Australia, they're all on shit and they like normal, isn't it?
Nah, they just got a shit ton of beer and like
Oh,
after
we've got a
the
bit of fucking mayonnaise in it. They've got anti-venom.
Yeah. Just, yeah, drop off the keys next to the anti-venom.
Do you know Judy Sanchez?
Oh yeah, the fucking, basically hardcore jackass. I remember those, mate. Fucking, what's his name? Chuck, the big guy. Is it Chuck? The one with the mohawk.
Pritchard.
Yeah, Pritchard, that's it.
Danger.
I remember the one.
Joyce.
The one looks like fucking Chuck Liddell, doesn't he?
Yeah. You know, Danger. Yeah, they're badass. But they go to this, they do like a scientific series. They travel the world doing natural high.
Yeah.
Sexual high. But there was this one, orchid bees. These bees like sting you. What happens is it with your blood and it literally makes you.
Mate.
Could you imagine getting stung without like not knowing or like what you did? Like, don't do,
You get stung in the back of your leg, dude.
fucking serious.
Yeah, you're just walking through a fucking cornfield.
No, like
What the
toads.
fuck are those snakes?
Yeah, like the toads at your lip.
Yeah.
Like, they do them. It's all natural boys. There's one where they eat snake.
Bro, I could hit anything with these.
With their heart. So you gotta kill it. Heart would-
Fuck that.
I
Just.
think it's some crazy belief.
Who the fuck, like, kills a snake and goes, you know what, while it's still beating, I'm gonna fucking, you know, scram at it.
Yeah, that means they didn't sit there and think, oh, where's
Yeah.
his heart?
Yeah, like, you know, oh, I'm gonna eat the heart now, I'm gonna kill it. And while I've still got time, I'm deliberately gonna reach in there, go for its heart.
The graffiti, the Benjamin,
I think that's not
and
crazy
all that.
belief shit.
Mate, it's got to be in fucking Colombia, they're all fucked on
I
there.
think they've been that one, they've been
DXR more than
going
anything.
on superior powers.
Honestly,
Oh yeah, like
should
the
play
fucking
that.
harvest snake or like that sort of shit.
If
The
y'all
weirdest one I've ever fucking seen was
have-
it was like in like Brazil or some shit. Like if you like grind up the, it was like some medical remedy, yeah. And they was only using this up until a few years ago, yeah. You grind up the fucking skull of a monkey, yeah, like actual skull, for like this powder, yeah, and you sniff it like cocaine. Apparently he gave me like
Hey Josh,
some
what do I
Nutrigen
do in the
for really
boiler
just
room?
sniffing straight calcium. So what you're doing is basically degrading the inside of your fucking nose, and you're gonna get an instant rage, you're gonna so this door, it was like, I can't find the key for it. And it was just some fucking stupid deluded shit, man.
The key is in the
Anyway,
basement.
I'll let you get back to Warzone, because...
You have to look around the basement.
Yeah. No worries, mate.
Dark Matters and Black
Yo.
Can
you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I heard like half of your conversation.
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Wait, can you hear me, yeah?
Yes.
Did you hear like off the conversation?
Yes.
That was actually kind of funny.
I heard like
Yeah, that's my cousin Dwayne. We was just talking about the bee that came in the room, and he was just on about like watching Dirty Sanchez and whatnot. I need to change all this, and then what we'll do is we'll go over the last little bit of it if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're.
Hawk.
Yes, sir,
Hawk. Wait there. Let me pop out the window, dude. And then we'll continue. What was we talking about when you left, dude?
I have no clue. Oh, we were talking about like how we hated. We were talking about streaming and how toxic people are sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me see that face, boy.
So. Alright, Hawk, we're back. So yeah, like, one of the main things for me as well was, like, helping my viewers grow. Yeah, I suppose that motivated me more as a streamer, and, like, it led me away from that toxic vibe I was giving off at the start. What about you, dude?
Yeah, I feel the same. I'm trying to...
Hawk, your camera went
Yeah,
off.
but your camera's loading for me.
Oh, let me do this. How's that?
Yeah, Nick, tell
It's
him where
still
you can
loading.
change the fucking numbers.
Yeah. Well, it says we're there on mine, so just imagine I'm talking. Yeah?
It says right here that you're just chilling.
Yeah, you can take all the mannequins' heads off and do something.
You want me to post have a look in podcast, dude. It looks fine.
Yeah. It'll be fine with podcast. I'm just...
Yeah. Hey, look in the channel I just posted a minute.
Just remaster
look,
it,
what
just
channel?
so the hackers will be gone.
New mentions.
Podcast
I
talking.
promise you, I love Black Ops 2. Like, more than most things.
See ya, Hawk.
Just found. Okay, yeah, so we're good.
Alright, I've hit record now, so we are recording again. So, sorry about that, boys. We had a little bit of a break. But yeah, let us know what you've been doing in the Hawk. Apart from streaming, dude, like IRL Hawk.
Yeah,
What's you been doing, dude?
I've just been streaming, playing, and having a lot of fun. Been kind of here and there doing things. And I've been enjoying making the content I've been making. The only thing I need to get into is editing and doing some thumbnails because I need to do that.
Yeah.
To edit.
I think I left you a comment in one of your videos just saying you should look into doing thumbnails.
Yeah, I was doing
remembered
thumbnails for a little while. I was making thumbnails for a little while with the free program, but then it just got around to like I was running out of the ideas for it because I'm that kind of person where I can be creative, but I'm not creative. Like I can't put what I envision on my head on a piece of paper or like on a computer screen. I can tell someone what I'm envisioning and have someone else who's creative do it, but I don't know how in my head. I'm bad at it. Somehow I'm bad. But otherwise,
Like,
other than that, I just want to get into editing and removing unnecessary parts from videos, and obviously eventually I want to make like a rage stars or funny moments. Because I need to do that for the whole... I've been grinding the Phase 5, to be honest.
Yeah, I saw you was grinding the Phase 5, and more specifically, I was looking on Twitter as well. You wanted to look about the templates and logos and whatnot. You wanted that for your stream.
Yeah, I was looking for the template. I mean,
that's
I got a new
nothing
template
actually-
right now, but I wanted a template for Phase 5 because well, I just wanted a Phase 5 template, and I would have thought it was cool. And I met some cool people who are also doing the Phase 5.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of support. I've had times where someone in Phase did look at my content, and it made me happy. And I'm just excited to have it all.
You want to show that love back to the community, basically.
Yeah, I'm just, even if I don't make it to the next step, like, I'm at least happy I got a chance to do this, and I got a chance to have this moment in time, and
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm
Like the main thing for me, like when I first started streaming, I didn't really think I was gonna. I'm gonna be my mic a little bit closer. Well, my mic has been. Hawk, we're gonna have to repeat it all, dude. I've been on mute this whole entire time. Fuck. Damn it. That is my fault. I'm sorry. All right, boys, we are back. We took a little bit of a belated break because I want to go make a coffee, and Hawk went to go stretch his legs because we have been sitting on him for about 2.5 hours. But yeah. Since you've been gone, we talked about Hawks, streaming, and IRL life, and how it's been going for him. So let us know, boys. Let us know how you want to see us be in the future. And Hawk has been networking on Twitter as well about grinding for Phase 5. We was just talking about that but unfortunately, I'll hold my hands up here. I had my mic on mute, so yeah, that kind of happened on stream today as well. I'm not gonna lie. I was on mute for like the first 20 minutes or so after coming back from like a break.
I've had that.
And yeah, so I'm still learning. Okay, I'm still learning. I'm honestly such an idiot at times, Hawk. You didn't realize, dude.
Yeah,
What's your
I have the gameplay audio muted, and there are times I have my mic muted on Streamlabs, and I don't even realize it. And I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah, I've done some stupid shit, to be fair. Like even today, I accidentally didn't have one of the game captures. Well, it wasn't really my fault, it's more Streamlabs, but Streamlabs does this weird glitch where sometimes it doesn't want to pick up the game capture. So I have to like close out game capture, then reopen it, and that happened today on stream. It was a bit annoying, but it was so minor compared to like what happened.
The
but
thing
yeah.
for me is the having the Elgato sometimes, or because I have one of the first Elgatos, I'm gonna upgrade to the better one, but because the Elgato has a slight, like, it's like a 1 or 2 second delay, and so like I'll move my stick and then I'll look at my screen and I'll count, and it's like 2 seconds in my character, then he moves on the screen, so it's just weird for me to be used to it. But like when I'm streaming my PC, there's no delay, so it's just like weird for me to look over, and when I hit the key on my, or because I'll play sometimes with controller, I'm hitting the stick on my controller while I'm playing the Forest, I look over and I'm like, oh, yeah, it's moving right as I hit it, and then I'm over here hitting the A button on my Xbox to jump, and my character, I'm like 1, 2, and then my character jumps, and I'm like, oh, there's a delay.
Yeah, by the way, anybody who's wondering, that's Hawk's relative. He's playing Call of Duty right now. Let's show him some support, yeah? He's got to win that game, boys. He's got to win that game.
He did win the game.
If he doesn't win that game...
He did win the game.
Did he win?
Yes, he won. He won the game.
Tell him I'm applauding for him.
We're clapping for you. Podcast is clapping for you, bro. But you won the game. You won the game.
Well done, mate.
What'd you do? Go positive? Did you always go positive?
I quickscoped 2 people on the kill cam, and I killed someone with a...
That's a PodChamp if I've ever seen one, dude. Hawk and his family. Love moment. Talking about family, Hawk. Talking about family. I see that crest on your chest, my guy. You wanna show it a little bit?
This?
You wanna show it, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, that's...
You wanna show that crest off a bit?
Yeah.
Give us a good shot, Hawk. Back up a little bit, dude. Bring it back. Yeah, that's the money shot. That's the money shot, dude. That's the money shot. Hawk, where can I get that? Where can I get that, dude?
/Hawk. Well, with
You heard of that, boys. You heard of
capital H-A or lowercase A-W to capital K's. Use code HAWK at discount for 10% off.
10%. That's a hefty deal, boys. If I was you, I'm gonna probably cop. That is a cop merch. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, we
There's not much. There's not much.
We just got this.
There's not. Yeah, no worries, dude. There's not many streamers merches that I like genuinely would buy, but like that designer he's got, dude, is fucking beautiful.
Oh, shut up.
That t-shirt. How much is that t-shirt, Hawk? Just out of interest. That's a nice shirt as well.
The Hawk merch is really looking clean.
Yeah, it does look very clean.
And we have those two, the t-shirt and the hoodie, in pink on black. So the logo's pink on black, like this.
Just the pink on black design looks so fucking clean. Like,
and then I have
from someone who hasn't got that merch set up yet, myself, I mean.
I have a flag that's gonna go up right there. The Hawk flag.
That would look nice.
It's gonna be clean. It's fine.
So
the company.
Hawk, why are your plans streaming, indeed? You got any plans for this month?
Just kind of really grinding. Obviously, in my stream, the stream titles I have little countdowns to the open beta for the game. I'm just kind of really doing whatever. I mean, I want to play more games on stream. I've thought about doing Among Us, and I've thought about doing Fall Guys, but I don't have that money. But I honestly want to do a lot more Minecraft. I miss playing Minecraft.
Yeah.
And streaming it because
Minecraft would be one of them. Minecraft is one of them games where it's like it's always hitting that nostalgia factor, but there's so much content you can do, but it's very limited. It's the same as Terraria. The reason why I don't go back to Terraria for my streams now is I don't want to like basically beat the death out of a basically what is a limited amount of content. I want to span it over a time, so I can always go back to that now, and a lot of people would come in, but I'm not going to because I want to save it. Pretty much. But like, I think Minecraft's the exact same as that.
But like, I want to go back to playing Minecraft with my friends and like do mod packs because I've done Crazy Craft. I've had fun playing that. And then I had a YouTube series going on. I still have it going. I'm just don't know if I still want to continue it. I've thought about doing it, but I don't know. But it's been like, it's called Stone Block and it's reverse Skyblock. And I've been having
I've seen some about that.
Fun playing that. I had fun playing that, but I don't know. It's just a lot of those mod packs require friends, and I haven't really had any friends that have a PC. So
I'm here, dude.
Yeah, that's why I was like, hey, you want to do like a series? Otherwise, I'm kind of just like playing whatever I want to play. I've been playing The Forest. That's been my game right now. That's what I've been grinding. That's what I've been playing. I've been enjoying.
Yeah. You're like 20 episodes in now. I bet you've like sort of episode 18 every day.
And I was thinking about either later tonight or tomorrow. I was thinking in my head like every 10 episodes till we beat the game, I was gonna stream, and we're on the 9th episode. But it feels like I'm like 20 episodes in because the videos are at least 30 minutes. Because my thing is with The Forest, the kind of game The Forest is not like Minecraft. With like Minecraft, you can do things off camera. You can go mining off camera. You can build your house, finish your house off camera. You can just get materials off camera. With The Forest, it's kind of hard because you have the cannibals that live in there. They can attack at any single moment. You could be cutting down a tree and the tree hits your house and your house falls apart. Anything can happen with the game. And so I've been playing off camera on my YouTube world where I'm cutting down trees and I'm trying to finish building on a wall, but then when I get to a certain point, the cannibals will attack, so I just run into my house, save the game, and I log out, and then I record a couple minutes later, and then I make the video. I schedule it to upload because if I were uploading at the times after I was recording, they'd be going up at like 5 in the morning. I'm not even kidding. Because obviously,
I was
being around. Usually I record videos during like early in the morning for me. Yeah. But for you, like my video would come out like 5 or 11 in the morning. If I posted at 5 in the morning for me, I'd be 11 in the morning for you. But
Like the main problem that I've got is the reason why I can't like record way too late is well I can but like I don't like to because if you can't tell I live in quite an old house because I live with my granddad and he's got like quite an old house. Here it's like really thin walls if that makes sense so that a lot of noise escapes the room, which hopefully I can change in the future by adding like soundproof and whatnot. But yeah, a lot of noise escapes the room, so even though I'm like talking probably in like a medium manner, like this comes through like double the fucking sound to my cousin. Like you could already tell Hawk when I had my mic muted and I was talking to my cousin how much it actually comes through.
Yeah, that's what I want. I need like little sound pads around my room, and I wanted to get an actual mic stand because I just have it sitting on my desk. I want to get like the actual like claw one things.
Yeah, I don't know if you. Let me clear some. Let me clear some. No, fuck it. We'll show you the drinks, dude. But basically, this is my setup. Hawk. It's just basically a simple mic here, keyboard in front of here. I got my mouse, got my Xbox. I got my monitor here, my singular monitor. It's kind of cool, kind of funky. This is my PC behind there. It's kind of nice PC. It looks like the PS5. But yeah,
Cause I got
like I said, dude.
Here, I got one here. Obviously, I've got my keyboard, my mouse, my mic, my Switch, the honking PC, and then I got my G Fuel behind the other monitor, and my Xbox behind the second monitor. My Switch is the only that's right here on.
Yeah, I do want to get a secondary monitor this in the coming days. My main goal for my month though this month is to basically build up a bit more of a foundation on viewers.
Yeah,
if I could build up a foundation on viewers is
mine would either be like hit 150 followers or just start getting more viewers and more chatters.
Yeah, because it's not really about chats for me. It's more like the content I want to do. Come December requires me to actually like so basically I've always been like, you know, you do something for me and I reward basically, and I want to choose this is a big plan I pitched to one of my like longest time viewers. I pitched a plan where I was like, okay, right, so come December I want to do something fucking massive. You know what an advent calendar is, don't you? You know, where like you've got like 25 days on a Christmas calendar, and that every single day you open up one of the slots to get chocolate. Yeah, you know that. You know them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hawk.
Yeah, I know them.
Yes. So basically, every single day in December, day one, if we get a certain amount of I don't know what the goal is going to be. It's going to be basically it's going to be built around what I've been making like off the first couple of days. As long as I hit a goal, dude, I'm going to be able to do something wacky and stupid. So basically, say for instance, December 1st, if I get like 10 follows, dude, in that day, I get egged or something like that. Like,
yeah, I see one of
it's going to be funny.
The channel points rewards is if you hit 1 million points, you have to shave your head.
Yeah, that's just there for like fun, dude. I was like, you know what? If someone gets 1 million points, I will shave my fucking head, and I like my hair as well. Like. The reason why I'm wearing a hat, dude, is because I don't like short hair too much, and I cut my hair badly in quarantine. And I was just like, it's all gotta go. Obviously, so I pretty much went grade 3. I went the same grade all over, and then like kind of let it go. If you want to see it, boys, what it looks like currently, it looks so terrible. I like mine like towards the side. It looks just so shit, bro.
Obviously, I had my head.
I've got a whack ass forehead as well.
I had my hair fully dyed pink, and then my mom wanted me to get my job, and so when I did, she made me dye it brown, but the pink didn't go away, obviously. And then I cut.
Yeah, it's always going to be one of them things where it's like, if you dye your hair or no matter what, you're always not going to enjoy the color. You're not going to like always get back to that like, I want this, dude. It's always going to be change. I heard something really wise recently. Actually, it was like in life. Change is the only constant. Like that's fucking spiritual, man. Like you think about it, dude. Changing your hair and shit, no matter what, dude. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah. But you'll always change it. You know what I mean?
My neighbor wants to dye my hair blue. For some reason.
Yeah, I was actually gonna dye my hair a little bit darker not too long ago, but I kind of took myself out of it because like I want to keep myself a little bit natural, if that makes sense. Like, I've got like really, really light blonde hair. I like it, but when it gets a bit bigger, it's better, if that makes sense. Short, it just looks like feathers. I ain't gonna lie.
My hair always looks.
But yeah. So I think that really concludes it for this week's episode, man.
On to next week.
We've talked about a lot. We've had a good journey.
Hopefully next week we'll be joined by Ryan.
Had a good journey. Just hopefully next week, dude. He was at his girlfriend's today, so you can't really blame the money. He's got a woman to look after, you know.
Hopefully.
And on that note, to plug myself here, I've got socials down below. I stream daily on twitch.tv/Smithio. Just say if you've come from the podcast, and I will welcome you with warm arms, dude. My Instagram is ds.smithio. I upload weird and wacky videos, let's just say. Not like actual Twitch itself, I mean like not Twitch, sorry, Instagram itself. Mainly just on my stories, pretty much. And my Twitter, I post a lot of like random goofy stuff. And mainly just talk about like when I'm gonna go live and whatnot. Hawk, do you wanna plug yourself?
Yeah, if you guys can see, obviously my socials under me. You guys know where to find me. YouTube, obviously, youtube.com/Hawk. You guys know as well, twitch.tv/Hawk as well. Or it's Hawk X, my bad, because someone on Twitch took Hawk, so it kind of made me depressed. And then